What's up, fellas? This is your AMS, Indian AMS. Welcome. I know I don't think I've ever done a YouTube live by myself. I did it once, maybe to like sit down for Alex when he was waiting on some guy to debate. Well, I heard that you guys have been asking for me in comments. Whoever has asked, here I am. As whenever Alex hosts, he tells you guys to ask questions, and of course, he answers, and that's what I'm here to do as well. If anyone wants to debate, no, I'm not going to debate. But yeah, throw in your questions. I'll go one by one. I'll try to go maybe 1 hour, 1.5 hour, as long as the questions keep coming. Wink, wink. Yeah, so yeah, keep giving me or like keep giving me questions or post questions over there, and I'll go through them one by one. And yeah, this is just going to be like pure value. You can ask me anything in regards to dating, online dating, dating as an Indian, dating as a minority. How did I get started? When did I lose my virginity? All of these questions, I will definitely answer every single one, as long as my voice doesn't die, which I don't think. Um, yeah, so I see some questions coming in. I can go from starting. I canceled a date with a Russian supermodel to watch this. Damn, that's what you need to do. You should skip the Russian to watch me live. Hey, this is a content we need. Thank you. Alex is currently injecting his daily TRT into his right cheek. Right butt cheek, you mean? Yes, right butt cheek. That's where you inject, not here or not here. Uh, Anyone else using Google Translate to talk to him in Indian? First of all, Indian is not really the language. It's called Hindi, for all you ignorant motherfuckers out there. IndianPE greater than Andrew Tate. I don't think so. I'm pretty sure he kills it with the girls. I'm pretty sure. His personality online is crazy, like super out there, super polarized, off-putting even for like women. Like if you show it to a girl, she's gonna be like, "What the fuck is this guy talking about? Fuck this guy." But I'm pretty sure, I don't think he runs his game that way. And even that date Alex broke down as well. I would say like maybe it's half and half, like half the way he games on dates and half for entertainment or to troll her and shit like that. But I saw the full date, and it seems like at some point he was actually trying to game her. Like he was actually trying to game her, but I think he was coming from a very weird mindset, I guess. But um, that's who he is. But I'm pretty sure he bangs. And I know a guy who's in the war room. He met Andrew and Tristan in person, and he said he saw the screenshots the girls send these guys, and like these girls are like head over heels in love with them. Like these guys, if they call these girls up in the middle of the night, they're gonna come from wherever they are. Like even if they have to take a flight, they will take a flight apparently. So that's how good their framing and their games are, a game is. That's what I heard. So and he's a very credible source. So I believe he has game. Yeah, I believe he has really good game. The Indian Slayer is here. Yes, I'm right here. Hi, NP. Hi. What's your age and height? I'm 5'10" and a half. I would say I'm exactly the same height as Alex. I'm 31. I'll be 32 in January. My birthday is 7 days after Alex's, which is so funny, and he's 1 year older than me actually. How would you word a bio to screen girls? To screen for girls looking for a relationship? I would keep it very sweet and soft. Like I would keep dog lover, nature lover. Like I would try to avoid anything which is like an attraction builder. Like let's say we do what do we put? We put dominant, we put world traveler, we put like great weaknesses, ass and cute smiles, right? So you would completely soften everything up. You wouldn't put dominant, you would just remove it. World traveler, that's fine because it's still like it's not really like an attraction thing. It's like an attraction and comfort thing, or like just more awareness. When girls see that you've traveled a lot, it's like a social proof that you've traveled a lot, and hence you know a lot about the world and things like that. So that's what you would do. And also like things like, uh, I love to cook. Right, cooking is also again like a relationship thing. You can also talk about like how you love the beach, or like you're a surfer is good too. It's not too attraction triggering, but it's still like, it has a bit of comfort in it because you're like, okay, you're at the beach, you're active. So that's how you screen out. And in weaknesses you can still put weaknesses, but for weaknesses what you do is you basically, just put like cute smiles, long hair, or fit girls, something like that. You would remove booty as well. I would not put expert cuddler in there because it's already too soft. The expert cuddler will just make it softer and softer. So you're better off keeping it just like in the middle, not too soft, not too hard. So that's my suggestion. What is your main strategy in night game from open to close? I try to do situational opens. I typically don't even remember how I open a girl. That's my thing actually. Like in the moment I say something, and then I see the reaction, and then I say something else, and then it's almost like fucking Inception. Like I don't know how I ended up in the dream, and like I end up like I'm already in the set. I'm already talking. Like it's like so automatic to me right now. Like, but I don't open a lot. If you go out in the night game, I don't open as much as people who are in game do. Like I open maybe like 5 or 10 girls a night, and I'll get like two solid numbers, and like I'll set up a date for the next day, next week basically. That's how I do it. But strategy is basically situational openers. Situation openers are the fucking best uh, because you are saying what she's thinking, or what she's doing, or what she's saying. So let's say she's talking to the friend, right? She's like talking about like, oh, today in the morning I cooked really good food. It was a bit too spicy, but I could handle it. And then you can be like, cool. When are you going to cook for me, right? So you just turn around and just start talking to the girl as if you already know them, right? That's something you can do. And once you do that, like instantly, girls always, they never even have this, oh shit, a weird guy is approaching me. They're going to continue it as like a normal conversation, because that's what she's thinking, well, that's what she's doing, and that's what she's saying, right? So that's what you need to do. This is something I learned from Gabriel Gray actually. There's one more, and what she is doing, right? So let's say she's sipping on the drink, then comment on the drink. That looks fucking delicious. What is that? And then if she once she starts talking, make it about her. Like, oh, I sense an accent? Where are you from? Right? And then you almost show like a curiosity thing. And then once you start talking, etc., I try to run some kind of like I always try to build tension. After like 5 to 10 minutes, I let them talk. I always like just lean back. One more thing is lean back at the bar, or like lock in as soon as possible. When you do that, of course, like it seems like she's the one who's gaming, so it seems like she's the one who needs to invest. So she's the one who's going to ask questions as well, because you're like lean back, you're leaning back, and she's gonna want to like cover the, or like, oh, overcome the pauses. So if there's pauses in the conversation, she's going to want to fill them up, because she's feeling the tension. And that's how you actually get investment as well. You make them ask questions, and then you drop in hints for them to ask more questions. So the more and more and she invests, the more and more she's into you. And whenever there's like a sexual innuendo I can use. So let's say she's like, I worked really hard today, and I'm just like, really hard, as in like throbbing hard, right? Like really throbbing hard. That's how hard you worked. And like I keep a very serious face. Of course, it's sexual, but she's gonna just laugh because I'm asking very seriously. Hard and fast, huh? Okay, sounds like a good work day. And then like of course she's gonna laugh, because it's a sexual innuendo. So that's how I set up frames, because I'm talking sexual, My eye contact is extremely strong always. When I fucking look at girls, most of the times the girls will always be like, "It seems like you're looking into my soul." And whenever girls say, I always say the same thing, "Yes," and I see everything. Whenever I say that, and then of course, so the that's when I can run these routines, whatever routines I have. Some things like, I can totally tell that you love a dominant man who can be very submissive to the right guy. And like, I can also again like build up on that. I want to see how she reacts to that first. Like, I will see the face. How is it? Is she smiling? Is she giggling? Is it lighting up, or she's getting turned off, or she's like looking away? So that's how I understand whether she received the routine well or not. And then after that, if I can sexualize more and more, I can do it. But typically, what I do is I try not to pull, uh, unless there's like, okay, I have a time constraint with the girl, because I fucking hate like drunk sloppy sex. It's never good. And like, when I pull the girl, of course we are going to drink a bit more. And I don't feel good after drinking a lot. I don't feel like fucking. I feel like socializing but not fucking. So what I do is like, I just take the number and I ask. I soft close in person itself. I'm like, hey, have you ever been to this bar? And then she's like, no, I have not. Okay, this is where we'll grab drinks. What's your schedule like? I'll say it right there. Like, that's another thing I learned from Gabriel Gray. So it's called time bridging. So if you time bridge, as in like, you paint the picture of the meet actually happening even before, like, you're coordinating over text, she's more likely to invest in that. So you tell all of that. You're painting a picture right in front of her, and that's when she's going to be like, okay, cool, we'll meet there. And then I take the number, and yeah, that's typically how I do it. The last date I went through cold approach was like 2 weeks ago, 2.5 weeks ago, I guess. It went well. I think I told her on Instagram I didn't get hard, so I couldn't fuck. She was completely naked, but I couldn't fuck because I didn't get hard. Embarrassing, but part of game. She was very fucking hot. But yeah, and I have one more Ukrainian date trying to coordinate. She's like, she owns two businesses, very fucking hot, big kitty girl, and she's. I'm gonna try to get her out. Let's see. We'll see. Believe it or not, I knew about you before Alex, since I saw you posting on the old Good Looking Loser forum. Oh wow, yeah, I remember that. That's funny. I mean, I was posting on behalf of Alex, but also like talking about PWF, and then Good Looking Loser guy, he saw that we were posting and he asked us for proof. If you're legitimate, then show us proof. And then I said, I PM'd him directly all the pictures of me and naked girls next to me, and of course, like he looked at me like bald, like a bit fat, skinny fat, and then he was like, okay, cool, okay, you seem legitimate. Uh, just a heads up, I would want to see 4 to 5 value posts from you before you start promoting yourself. And that's when we we like changed up our method back in the day. This was even before like our YouTube channel like took off. I would say like at the back then our subscribers were less than 1,000. That's so funny. Hi, P, Indian fellow here. What is the difference when texting with Indian girl in other countries like India? I would text depending on how long she's been in that country. Let's say she's been in, like, okay, let's take example the US, right? So in the US, if she's been for like 5 years, then I know she's at least a bit accustomed to the culture and probably also has already fucked a couple of white guys. Uh, Pretty sure like Indian girls have that white guy fetish, just like how Indian guys have the white girl fetish. So it's the same, right? Um, so you could basically, depending on that, if she's been in the US for 5 years, I would treat her like another US girl, like an American girl. I would try to make like some cultural references with her. In between, I will throw in like some kind of Indian references as well. Like, yeah, I will with Indian girls. I will even like try to play like some role plays, like Bollywood role plays of like, me and the girl running towards each other in slow motion, her wearing a sari. She would look sexy as fuck. As soon as we hug, I would throw her on the bed or something like that. Make it super corny, but then still sexual. That's how I would text. Other than that, I would, if she's like super new to the country, then yes, continue texting her like the way you have texted other Indian girls in India. Okay. Can you show your Tinder pics? If you watch our channel, it's already there. But let me just show you quickly. So this is my first picture, of course. There you go, me in the suit. Uh, this is my second picture, me looking dominant as fuck, wearing a cool ass hoodie, chilling and like giving the smirk, like the sexy smirk, sexual smirk. I don't know if you can see, maybe you can't, but there's another one. I'm wearing all white in front of a Rolls Royce. That's not mine, of course, but it was good lighting, and the photographer I was with, he was pretty solid. Um there's another suit pic. Suit pic. I know what I'm missing right now is like an activity picture. This Rhaegar picture isn't actually doing well, but I wanted Rhaegar in the picture, but I just don't have good pictures of me and Rhaegar, so I'm using this one. This one is like still a bit posed, so I want to change this. Like I have one idea to do that. Like I want to put Rhaegar on my shoulders and take a picture of that. I have like we have a mastermind member coming in a week to Miami. He's going to take my pictures, so that's going to be good. I'm going to post more pictures. This is my last picture. So yeah, that's my Bumble, and Hinge is I'm sorry, Tinder is the same. Uh, yeah, so there it is. That's my pictures. Yeah, it's not it's doing good, doing good so far. Like Australia, yeah, like if it's not the US, like Australia, same thing applies. How long do you wait to text after matching with a girl on a dating app? um, I would I would keep it like maybe 15 minutes, because you don't want it to seem like you're too eager. As soon as you got the fucking notification, it's like, oh yeah, I'm gonna text her, so that she shouldn't feel that way. So you can just do that. Wait for 15 minutes and then text her. Who do you think has the best game in the pickup? I would say Marcus Wolf, Gabriel Gray, those two. Daniel White is good. Those three, I would say. Yeah, those three, I would say. Lindbergh is pretty solid, but when I rate someone for their game, I rate their game in regards to like social, like group dynamics as well. And all these three guys are pretty good with group dynamics. I don't think Lindbergh ever cares about like the group, so I guess he never wanted to learn on that, or like basically like he for him it's like sniper approach. So his game obviously like is still pretty solid, but I don't think he's like the best or something, because I rate based on a different scale, which I would consider Marcus Wolf and Lindbergh. Sorry, Marcus Wolf, Gabriel, and Daniel in that category. They help like the whole group win. So I've seen like guys like Marcus or Gabriel, like we would pull together, and at some point, if it seems like his girl was into me and my girl was into him, we would switch targets and we would actually end up banging, because it's just like we talk a bit, and then if the girl doesn't want to fuck me and she wants to fuck the other guy, if I don't let her do that, then she's not going to fuck, and because she's not going to fuck, her friend is not going to fuck either. So you're better off switching right there than making everyone lose. And that's what Marcus was good at, Gabriel was good at. It was like when me and Gabriel gamed as well, like we had zero attachment to the girls, so we would game, we would talk, we would switch targets, we would talk again. That way, that's how you actually win the group, because you want both the girls to like both the guys, but only be attracted to one. If she's attracted to both, well and good, because the other one who has better game can talk to the lesser attracted chick, or like a lesser compliant chick, to turn her compliance around. So that's how you would game a group, like a two side. But yeah, like with Gabriel and me, when we went out, he would approach, of course. I'm not someone who approaches much. And when we went out, we would have zero attachment towards the girls. And then if we needed to switch targets, we would, and we had like code words to it, which was super funny. Thoughts on debate yesterday, which was, I mean, I didn't see much, but it was crazy how everyone was like commenting that Austin debated against Alex. Uh, but I mean, it was way too many guys. I would say just it was just shit show. It was chaotic, completely chaotic. Chaotic. Ever cut the guy before in game? I mean, the field LR that's kind of cucking. She told her husband that she's gonna fuck me, and she sent a picture or something. That's what she told me in person. So I guess it's cucking. So the husband was in Arizona and she was visiting Miami, visiting her brother, and I fucked her. Like I mean, I fucked her, but like I was way too tired, so I fucked her for like half an hour, and then I wanted to just sleep. I wanted to eat and sleep. That's what I wanted to do. And she had to wake up in the morning, so I was like, "Oh, cool, that's fine. You can sleep." So she told her husband that she was gonna fuck a guy, and I think there was a lot of tension because of that too, because she avoided answering the question as to why she was so late. She just said that she had some problems with the in the household. That's what she said, and I'm like, okay, cool, whatever. Can you talk about your experience with deepfake? How did your results change, and who should consider doing it? I mean, if you're not getting results, you're if you're not getting results with your current picks, you have two options. One is getting a deepfake, and deepfake was pretty successful for me. Like in Atlanta, the time in Atlanta, I ran deepfake for like 3 months, and I fucked like 20 girls out of it. 20 girls strictly from Hinge, Tinder, and Bumble. I fucked so many girls. In Atlanta, Bumble was bad. In Miami, Bumble is good. In Atlanta, Hinge was really fucking good. I even got a fuck buddy from Hinge, who I kept seeing for like 2 or 3 months. I just got bored in the end with her. She was like really hot body. The face was okay. Really hot body yoga chick who used to play soccer. So legs were amazing, tits were amazing, ass was amazing. It's like she had barely any fat on her, like just fit, nice, not too fit, like looking masculine as fuck now, just right. And Yeah, it was good. If you could, you can also like price compare. If you get if it's cheaper for you to actually just do a photo shoot, just do a photo shoot. Maybe you won't get all the pictures you want from the first photo shoot, but just look at it as like how much would I be spending for 2 or 3 photo shoots, and then how much would you be spending for deepfakes. If the 2 to 3 photo shoots are cheaper, it's better for you anyway, right? But again, like you need to get a really good photographer for that as well. So it's like both have their caveats, but it really depends on how your current profile is. So if your current profile is not that great, if it's not getting results, then it kind of doesn't make sense to continue doing what you're doing. So you have to do either of them to get them right. So yeah, it did help me back in Atlanta. Once I moved to Miami, I did get like results for the first 6 months, and after that, my deepfakes, like my profile was not doing good at all. And then I started using my new profile is doing good now. So it's my new profile is actually doing better than my deepfakes. So yeah, so that's what I would say. How do you feel about approaching a girl in front of the cops? I'm just worried about looking like a creep. It's not illegal to go talk to a stranger. If that were the case, there would be so many people going into jail. Uh, and you're probably going to look like a creep if you think you're going to look like a creep. If you feel like if you're confident about going and talking to someone in front of anyone, it wouldn't matter if that person is like a cop or whatever. And I don't think anyone would care. Like the cops won't care unless you're like harassing the like if you're like following her around, or if you're like grabbing her or something, and she's like, get away from me or some shit like that, then the cop will come in. But if you're not doing all of that stuff, if you're just talking to her normally, then he's not going to do anything. Like why would he do anything? Nobody's going to get arrested. If you're a complete creep, if you're doing really bad approaches, then you have to worry about that. But in that situation, you have to first work on your approaches, then, rather than thinking about a situation which might happen very rarely anyway. So work on your creepy approaches to not come across creepy. So that's one way to do it. How would you recommend approaching a group of girls at a bachelorette party? I would just talk to the bachelorette. Of course, you would wish her, right? And then you talk about how friendly she is. You have to in a bachelorette, you have to win over the bachelorette. If you don't win over the bachelorette, nobody's gonna get laid. So if you win over the bachelorette, she can almost be like your wing to help pick up other girls in her group. And some bachelorettes will care about their friends having fun too. Like she doesn't want to be the only attention of the night. So what they will do, like they want everyone else to get laid. She wants everyone else to get laid. Sometimes these girls are fucking wild. So sometimes even the bachelorettes will fuck. I've seen that happen many times in Vegas. If you ever get married, if the girl is going to bachelorette, just say okay, the engagement is off simply. Because like Vegas is insane. And I would say the same thing about Miami. Vegas or Miami, there's so many options for them, for the girls to get laid. uh, and like of course, again, like it depends on your game, how strong your game is, how invested she is. But again, if a girl is going for bachelor party in a place like Miami or Vegas, you already know it's like a red flag. If a girl doesn't give a shit about like these bachelor parties, it's like, I mean, whatever, I don't care, and that means it's a green flag. But that's what I would do anyway. That's a side tangent. So I would just be friendly to the bachelorette, ask about her relationship, like just make a couple of jokes, and then like comment on how friendly she is, and also ask her how her other friends are, right? She can ask like, who's the coolest. You can ask her, other than you, who's the coolest in the group? Other than you, who's the most adventurous in the group, right? And then of course she's going to tell someone, right? And then if she says like, okay, Amanda is the most adventurous, and then you can be like, okay, introduce me to Amanda. So if you go and introduce yourself to Amanda, it's a low value move. And if you ask the bachelorette to introduce you to Amanda, it's a high value move, because it seems like the bachelorette already knows you, and she's the one who's trying to introduce the guy to her. um, her keeping in mind that Amanda wants to get laid tonight. That's the reason why she answered, that's the most adventurous, because she must have told, today I want to have the bachelor party, gonna have some drinks, I want to fuck tonight. She must have told the bachelor that. So that's why you ask that question in that way. Who's the most adventurous girl in your group? And that's when she's going to think like, who said that? Who said that they want to get laid tonight? Yeah, Amanda did. Okay, Amanda is the most adventurous. She's going to be like, she's not going to say like Amanda was the most DTF. No, she's not going to do that. So yeah, so do that, and then get her to introduce you to the most DTF or most adventurous chick, and then go from there. By that time, of course, you already won over the bachelor, right? So she's not going to come and cock block you. There's no way she's going to do that. If you go open a bachelorette group and don't even talk to the bachelorette, you are the social violator. If you go into the group, win over the bachelorette, and you talk to one of the girls after you win over the bachelorette, and she comes in and cock blocks, she's the social violator. I hope I'm making sense. It's pretty important to understand what I'm saying. Social violator, as in like there's social contracts, right? For example, when you are introduced to someone, you always say it's nice to meet you, right? So that's kind of like a POA technique too. When a girl is about to leave, you always say like, by the way, what's your name? And then whenever they tell their name, they always ask your name, and they say nice to meet you. So these are like examples of social contracts. And if you don't do these social contracts, you're a social violator. So that's how you see if you're whether being a social violator or not. Are you the one who's infiltrating the group, or are you the one who's actually winning over the group? You want to be the second. You want to be the ladder. You're the one who's winning over the group. So that's how you win over the group, and that's how you get the girl to introduce you to the most DTF girl. Hope that makes sense. That was actually pretty good. uh, okay. Next question. Hi P. Anything to consider while talking to Indian chick in Australia? I feel the most content is targeted for liberal countries, not India. I have not been to. I mean, I've been to Australia, but I haven't gamed an Indian girl in Australia. Aren't you the same guy who asked that? Why bother with Indian girls? Like, why not get some Australian pussy? Like, what's wrong with that? Talk to Australian pussy. You can get Indian girls in India. If you're in Australia, why are you talking to Indian girls? Like over here, I bet I'd never ever like. If I see a hot Indian girl, yes, I will talk. but it barely ever happens. I'm always looking at other white girls, Latinas. There's so many other ethnicities you can go for. Why do you go back to Indian girls when you know like how Indian girls are? Like they're super conservative, they're super bitchy. Like just don't bother. Like there's so many other girls. Come on. Body count 208 as of yesterday. I fucked this half Latina, half Haitian. She was fucking hot. She was very fucking hot. I'll share a picture. I'll just keep it discreet. Keep it very discreet. This was her yesterday. 21-year-old, pretty fucking hot. Um, she was very good. She was very good. I guess you can see. Damn, that's so bright. Yeah, 208 as of yesterday. Yeah, she was pretty hot, so that was good. I banged twice, as in like I came whatever twice. Uh, the funniest part was I used a toy on her, and after I banged her the first time, she was like, "Can I use that toy again?" And I was like, "I just gave her the toy," and she was just like masturbating herself. I was like walking around. I walked Rhaegar and came back. She's still like using it in my bed, and then I'm like, I just come in. I'm like, I see you're having some fun, and then I just lay back next to her, and then I made her squirt like 2 times. That was pretty good. Um, you can't judge the dating skills of an entrepreneur for his perform for you can't judge the dating skills of an entertainer for his performance. I guess um, maybe you're talking about Tate. I don't know. Vic, be reasonably sure that she likes you. uh, yes. Bachelorette. Yeah. I think that's what he's answering for the Bachelorette. Fight and a half gang. Yes. This man proves that any guy can get laid. Yes. Wheat Waffles rated this man a 3. I think he rated me like a 4.5 or 5, but I bang. I don't think I ever thought about shit. My rating is 5. Fuck, I should stop fucking this girl. I never think in those terms. I don't think anyone should ever. Like even if they luckily out of fortune bang a really hot chick, they should never be like, wow, I'm fucking a girl who's five points higher than me. Oh my god, I'm winning in life. Nobody should think that way. Like you're just banging. Yes, you will have ego when you're first getting experience, but getting rid of the ego as soon as possible is the best way to do it. None of this shit matters. I'm kidding, but it's still just your picks. Okay, I guess he has some point. Some people just wanna give up on life. Be my guest. Less competition for us. Hey, Indian P, what are some tips of picking up Indian girls? I don't know why people ask me this. I've only ever banged, I guess, half an Indian girl ever. Seriously, that's it. The most recent, the most recent fuck buddy I had was half Indian, but her half Indian was from Guyana, and the other one, and she was half white. So I don't know much about like Indian girls at all. Yes, I help in the mastermind, but typically I let the other Indian guys help. Other Indian guys who get laid with Indians already. I let them help other guys who want help with Indian chicks. So I don't have much experience with Indian girls. So because I never fucked in India, I only fucked when I moved to the US. That too after 5 years of moving to the US. After 21, I moved to US in 2012. I was 21 years old, and then I lost my virginity at 26 in 2017, August 4th, 11:46 p.m. I still remember it. Of course, it was a fucking fucking grind to get there, because like it was after 8 months of every day going out and staying out for 6 or 7 hours every single night, sober approaching. I would never drink. Now it's like I can only approach when I'm drunk, not drunk, but like I take like 1 or 2 drinks. That reminds me, I will be pre-gaming in a bit because I'm going out at 11 or something. Um, Yeah, so I don't know much about like Indian girls, to be honest, but I just know you have to build a lot of comfort, and there's always going to be like hang-ups around sex, so you have to deal with those even before you attempt to pull. But yeah, you think wearing a turban would ruin your game completely? Why would I wear a turban? What a stupid question. What a fucking retarded question. I'm not Sikh, so I'm not going to wear a turban. I guess it's racist. I guess it's funny. Ha ha ha. You really believe this dude has never paid for it? Yep, I have not. But hey, whatever lets you help sleep in the night for your lack of results. I know that's why you're doing it. Uh, NEP experience is extraordinary. He's in the right environment. Mami and benefits from social circles and some status. Not putting him down though. I don't know what kind of benefits and social circle you are talking about, but Miami is pretty good. I would not take away the equation of Miami. But if anything, my lay count has slowed down once I came to Miami. I banged a lot in Vegas. I banged a lot in Atlanta. I I've banged only one girl in South Africa, but I banged a lot of girls in Colombia. So I banged everywhere. And Miami, actually, my lay count has slowed down. If anything, this the last 6 months, I've actually banged like maybe 15 girls. That is very low for me. Regarding that, almost every year since I started game, I've fucked at least 40 to 50 girls a year. So yeah, my lay count has slowed down once I moved to Miami. Miami is still like the Olympics of game. Like it's pretty fucking hard over here. And I mean, once you develop good game, it is fine. It is easy for you. But until then, it's going to be very fucking hard because Miami girls are like super cunty too. Like if you go to like places like Wharf, they're extremely cunty because they have been like approached hundreds on thousands of times, and you're just another guy who's approaching them. So with them, you're competing with them. Yeah. So he's in the right environment. I guess 1.5 year maybe. I guess in Vegas, yeah, Vegas is the right environment. Vegas is a pretty solid city to get laid. I don't know how it is now, but back into 2017 to 2019, really fucking solid. I fucked a lot. That's why. I mean, that was a great place to learn game too because in Vegas everyone is DTF 24/7. There's no buy-in temperature for them in Vegas, so yeah, that was pretty solid back then. Because the actual answer that you got to talk super chill to them, you blah 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 blah. It's purely luck at this point. Either they'll want you or they'll reject you right away. That is such a bad mindset to have. Purely luck. Fuck no, dude. Do you think if luck was on my do you think luck is what got me to this stage? Fuck no. I put in work. I put in hard work. Luck is such a bad way to look at it. You talk to them, you talk super social. I like that. And they see if they hit on you. Most people don't know how to tell if a girl is hitting on them or not. Like no, that's not something they can read. You can, okay, maybe like see how compliant she is, how she's going to answer your questions, how her tonality is, if she is answering you enthusiastically, if she's giving you proximity, all of those things. Okay, cool. Then he can understand that this girl is into him. But purely luck, fuck no. Fuck no. It's never purely luck. There is, of course, there's some luck factor. Always there's always some part of luck, as in I would say timing. You're the right guy who approached at the right time. Maybe that's the reason why she was so compliant. Maybe she broke up last week. She's feeling horny. She wants to fuck. And you're the first guy she spoke to and she's down. Yes, over there it makes sense. But just talking to a group and getting them to like you is not luck. It's just game. It's just normal. Talk to them as human beings. Be social. That's fine. They're not going to reject you if you're nice. If you're meek, if you're weak, yes, they're going to reject you. But they're not going to reject you if you play a good game. Why? What environment? A brothel. Don't be Indian. That's how. Those are the best. Whatever makes sense in that moment. Yes, that's the situation opener. Oh damn! I've been answering the question super slow. He does not benefit from his looks. Let's be honest, dude. We know. Holy fucking shit. I know I'm not that good looking, but guess what? I'm still fucking getting laid. What's your excuse, you little bitch? I know I get reactive. Of course I will. I'm not as calm and composed as Alex. I will just be fucking harsh because I'm a motherfucker. Who was the weirdest person you have ever met in game? I mean, there's so many. I know this guy from Atlanta who would just, in the blink of an eye, he would go approach every girl in the club. He goes and approaches every girl, and he remembers which girls he actually approached as well. And if he thinks he missed someone, he would ask us, did anyone approach her? And then he would go and just approach. He would just give a compliment and then see how she's going to react, and then he's going to come back, and then he's going to feel like, good, okay, cool, I approached everyone. For him, approaching everyone was a win. He would never try to have sets which went on long. But the crazy part is he was also getting laid. He was the weirdest person, but because he ran 100 sets a night, like 100 to 150 girls, he opened the night. Of course, he's going to get one or two girls he's going to like, who's going to like him, or like are very DTF. So that's how you used to get laid. I don't know if it's a great strategy. It's going to take a lot of energy from you, but he did that even though he was the weirdest person in game. That's when you know it's game is still a numbers game. Why did you put proud Hitachi owner in your Tinder bio? Have girls reference it all the time. Proud Hitachi owner is a magic wand. So it's like a, I mean, a lot of girls who've researched vibrators know it. So you could, like, the girls will catch that as a hook and they will open you. So he just like 80% of you. I don't know. That's low. This dude too broke to get above 7. If it helps you, man. If it helps you, I only fuck ugly girls. I hope that helps. I hope that helps. Do you think a week is long if you're young? I've been told you should try to meet in 1 or 2 days. It really depends. Uh, I myself try to text for a bit, because strictly because I've noticed a pattern where if I meet the girl a bit too soon, it's harder to set frames in person, because she's like, I met this guy quickly. It's like you're walking on a tightrope, and it's like you can easily fall to the other side where you're making mistakes, and you can easily fall to the other side where you can make her really DTF and fuck her. So it's like I try to meet a bit later. So a week is what I do, and I do that to get the girl more and more invested, and to see her intentions. If she's like, you know what, I'm not gonna have sex on the first date. If she's gonna give me objections, which are like hard objections, I don't even bother. So those will happen once she's invested, etc. And because she's meeting you in 1 or 2 days, that's when she's not gonna bring this objection. She's not gonna be like, yeah, I'm not gonna have sex on the first date, because you guys barely spoke. So after 1 to 2 days, she's not gonna give that objection. So you're better off like in getting her invested a bit. That way your frames are stronger as well, and the likelihood of her flaking are lesser as well. So yeah, all of those things. Two numbers is standard though. I think maybe like 4 numbers you're talking about, maybe. Or like, okay, points, maybe. I don't know. What is the best way to approach a girl walking in the street, from the front, sideways, or the back? So this is the best way to approach. I don't like front like this. What I like is going in a circle, circle like this, and almost like doing this. Your body language is still kind of turned in front, but you're like looking at the back and approaching her. Leash pressure, leash pressure approach, and then you see how her reaction is. Depending on that, you kind of go side by side, or if she's walking slow, you walk slower and you see if she's going to stop. If she stops, that means compliance is high. If she keeps walking, continue walking and build some more compliance, and then just like, try to stop her at some point, and then be like, hey, I only have like 5 minutes, I want to get to know you a bit, and I have to go and meet my friends. So you do false time constraint, and then on top of that, you just start talking to her. And that's when you actually ask for logistics as well. You're like, what are you doing, what are you up to right now? And if she's like, I'm just, shopping, window shopping, and you can be like, cool, I have like 5 minutes. I let's grab a quick cup of coffee. As long as you promise you're not weird or something. You have to do a quick takeaway. If you don't do that, it puts a lot of pressure on the girl. So her first reaction is going to be a no. So that's the way you would do like a day game approach. Walking, she's the one who's walking, and you see her from behind. You almost don't even look at her until you are in front, like in a circle, right, in a circle, and then you look back. Then you look back, and then you talk to her. That's how I would do it. I can bang out fives and six all days. Big deal. Congratulations, I guess. Um, how do you effectively win the group during cold approach? On the other live, you said you were really good at this, and on the Instagram live, right? Um, what I do is when I'm having conversation with one girl, whatever she says, I try to involve the other girl. So let's say I'm talking to this girl. Doesn't matter if she's my main target. Doesn't matter if she's not my main target. Let's say I'm talking to her like where she's from, right? So she's gonna be like, I'm from Sweden. And then I'm like, what about you? Are you from Sweden as well? Or like I ask her as well, what about her? Is she from Sweden as well? What's her name? And then again, like I do the introduce me to her, right? And then I bring both of them in, and I say something I know about Sweden. Let's say with Swedish girls, I know their feminism is like the best feminism because their feminism is not radical. If anything, it's the opposite of the feminism in the radical feminism in America. In Sweden, the girls are the ones who initiate sex. The girls are the ones who initiate the approaches as well. Like if you go in a mall, apparently the girls are the ones who actually approach you if they like you. And if you approach, they kind of look at you weirdly because like they are the ones who take the initiative in Sweden. So it's a very pro-feministic culture over there. So you can use that. You can use that information, and like that's like a common ground you can establish, and you can that way you show that you have experience with Swedish girls. Again, a pre-selection. You can also like say just like, oh yeah, my ex was Swedish. I fucked a girl in Sweden, so I just say like it's an ex. White lie, but I just say that. So I do that, and then I that's like my DHV, and then I have a common ground of the whole Swedish thing. So that's how I try to win over the group. I talk to one girl, I talk about the other one, I try to bring her in. I see like a common ground, but I wouldn't keep both the conversations going too long. I would just go back to my target, or I would pick a target if the second one is my target, and then I would talk to her more. I would ask her more questions, and then the other girl who I was friendly to, again, if she call blocks, she's the one who's social violator. So she's just gonna like walk away, or like she's gonna give us space or things like that. That happens all the fucking time. If she sees that the girl I'm talking to is into me and not her, right? That's when she's gonna like walk away. She's gonna try to get the attention back. She's gonna give you like 2 or 3 attempts, and once you like just be nice about it, she's gonna understand that you actually like the other girl, and she's just gonna walk away. It's like social dynamics um, at play with the girls in these groups. That happens all the time. How is that PWF always advocates activity pictures, but a good amount of your Tinder pics are not? Does it not matter that much? Yes, I mean I am missing some activity pictures, so I will get some because I don't have any. I'm not putting any, of course. If I had any, of course I would put, and that's why I could do a lot more. I'm getting good matches, but I could do a lot more if I had activity pictures. He goes to bars where they can't hear his accent. Cool. How do you deal with approach anxiety? So whenever I go out nowadays, when I'm doing night game, I do actually drink. Like I do 1 or 2 drinks, and like over then it's like it's more easy for me. But back when I was back when I had approach anxiety, I used to like paint a funny picture of what the approach is going to look like, and look at myself like in a third person's view, and like almost like picture it as a movie. Like I would think in terms of like that, and I would like laugh at it, and I would just go and approach. That's what I would do it. So my mental distraction would be on the laughing of the situation, and then I would just use that emotion to go and approach. That's something I can do. And the other one could be like you look at the girl and you internalize and tell it to yourself. She's my future wife. She's the mother of my future kids. All I have to do is approach her right now. That's it. All I have to say is hi right now. So it's almost like you are setting yourself up for the win. For some people, it might cause too much pressure, but that's helped me a few times in day game. In day game, I tried obviously not try to drink. So I use these techniques to reduce my approach anxiety to go and talk. And approach anxiety is something you can never let go anyway. So just you have to just talk to more people, more strangers every day. Like do the demonic confidence challenge too. You can try that, and then of course that's gonna help. So yeah, can you make more alerts? I learn a lot from them. I typically post most my alerts on the mastermind. If you're in the mastermind, you can read my alerts. We don't post many alerts on the website because because of the risk of like these fucking SJWs taking out and shit. Plus, we've like stopped posting new LRs anyway on the website. The last one, as you guys saw, was the field LR. Carry you haters, shut up. It's okay. This is his entertainment. Let him have this fun, I guess. Seems like a sad guy. Let him, seems like he's really happy with his life, so this is why he's doing it. This guy ain't locking shit even in Miami. Sure, let's say that. He reminds me of Eric's mystery friend. Oh yeah, I remember that. Funny enough, actually, Gabriel Gray in his boot camps, he used to play Matador's infield, and like I was actually like shocked like how good Matador's game was. I thought Mystery's game was not as good as Matador. Matador had like he was breaking down like these steps into 0 to 100. I remember that specifically, and I was like, wow, this guy thinks so deep about it. That's insane. Like when Matador was breaking down his own infield, he was pausing every 5 seconds because everywhere it was a different step. Like if it's the next step, it's the next step, it's the next step. So it was pretty solid, and he's very very charismatic. Like he talks very smoothly. I think Mystery is also charismatic, and that's why he was pretty solid. But Matador, according to me, is much more solid than Mystery, or much smoother. Where did you get black collar dress shirt? Zara. Zara is my favorite. It fits well actually. My favorite right now is like a white shirt. If you go on my Instagram, Miami Knitted, you'll see one of my most recent pictures in front of like the backdrop of Miami Fashion Week. I'm wearing this white shirt. I'm gonna go to a tailor and get all my other shirts the same exact fit as this white shirt because it looks like I'm actually not fat. I don't know, man. That could be creepy. I don't know which one that is. I don't know which one. Maybe the day game approach. Game doesn't exist. Just be yourself. Come on. I mean, I was myself for 26 years. Can you let me know why I did not get laid? Shut the fuck up, dude. I was myself for 26 years. Not a single whiff of pussy, or not a single whiff of even a kiss. Not a single date. The first kiss I ever had was April 2016 when I was not in game. I was just getting drunk and talking to chicks. Again, I was still just myself. I was just myself to thousands of girls before 26 years old, and I did not get laid. So please answer. Please let me know why I did not get laid. If game did not exist, I started getting laid only because my game started getting better. So simple. So dumb when people make these arguments. This man proves that even an incel can get laid. Yeah, of course. Corey, you can get laid too. Corey Song Tag, you can get laid too. But if it works, you're getting late for sure. I guess. I don't know which one that is, but any inner game tips? I wrote a guide on this inner game. Uh, I think there's three different aspects of inner game. First thing is like the looks portion of it, right? Okay, what are your insecurities? And do only are you the only one who has these insecurities, right? And this is something you should always observe when you're going in nightclubs and you're not talking to girls. It's fine if sometimes you get so crippled by anxiety you don't talk to girls, right? But use that as an opportunity to observe and watch. And when you observe and watch, there's so many guys just like you, just sipping, super worried about talking to other girls, super in their head. And that's when you realize every fucking person has insecurities. Every single person. The only difference between that person and you is you are embracing your insecurity and you're going and talking anyway. That's how you do it. And that's one thing. That's the looks insecurities portion of it. And the other one is um, I may not be enough right now, but I will be enough eventually. All I have to do is keep talking to girls, right? I don't like the you are enough kind of thing because it's too delusional. If it's too delusional, the bigger your ego gets, and then when you get rejected, the more it hurts your ego. So you're better off actually being a bit humble and then continuing to do it anyway. So that's one more thing. Like I may not be enough right now, but I will eventually be enough. Until then, I will just keep talking to girls. That's it. That's all you need to do, right? And then the other thing is, um, the moment I said hi, I win, right? Because that again helps you with your anxiety, and it almost like lowers the barrier of entry for you to want to have a solid interaction. So like you don't care about the solid interaction, all you care about is the approach. So those three things is something that on the top of my head. I'm pretty sure there's a lot more I think of, but I can't think of right now. And I know questions are piling up. A lot of live viewers are coming. Guys, get the likes up. We are at 90 live viewers. I don't know how many likes are there, but you gotta get them likes up. Why do I not believe this bullshit? Because it's out of your reality. Simply speaking, it's just out of your reality that a guy like me can get laid because that's how you're coping with your lack of results. Sorry, it's a complete cope. I have to tell it to you. Do you ask her if her panties are wet? That sounds so uncalibrated. I don't. If that's how you're gaming, no wonder you're not getting laid. Do you believe that a 10% number to sex close is universal for every top PUA? Yeah, I would say so. So many guys, like even like Marcus, even like Gabriel, they approach so much before like they get the lay. Marcus approaches so fucking much. Like he approaches so many, and he carries the energy throughout the fucking night game, which is the most impressive thing I've ever seen. And all of this while not even drinking. So his energy, like he has unlimited energy. I'm pretty sure his like fucking testosterone levels are through the roof. Playing mind tricks with people. There is no cookie cutter way to get a woman. Nobody's saying that, buddy. Nobody's saying that. What even watching? 95 now. Guys, get the likes up. Get the likes up for IndianPE. His he pulls his penis more than he pulls chicks. This guy's funny, I guess. IndianPE is teaching the entire game. I'm trying my best. I'm trying my best to teach what I can teach because it's supposed to be a value podcast with some trolls now and then. What exists is guiding the convo. Yes, I agree. Guiding the convo. That could literally be the definition of the new definition of game. Guiding the conversation. I like that. Avneet Singh. That was perfect. That's very good. Damn, NEP back again. Yes, Michael P. How many approaches have you done, you think? I would say 10,000 at least. I would say at least 10,000. So many. I would say out of 10,000, maybe 5 to 6,000 where when I was living in Vegas the first year, 2017, I think 5 to 6,000 girls easy that year. Out of that, I got laid twice. 6,000 girls and I got laid twice. I was being myself, buddy. I was being myself. Shit. I should have gotten laid for with all these 6,000 girls. I was being myself. uh, Making a reference to that guy. Indian men and game are polar opposites. Yeah, I agree. I agree. But there's always outliers. Um, you can become like, I mean, that's the reason why there's not many CEOs and so many not many CEOs and so many fucking employees and sub employees and shit like that. So of course. 5 or 10 isn't much. Can't remember about which that was. Can you get a girl you fucked by? Uh, okay, okay. Nice troll at the troller or at the troll. Part of game is jacking off a lot. I mean, seems like you're winning at it. You're just setting expectations of the meeting. I think this is for the date one. Damn, I think I'm answering questions way too slow. My bad, guys. You know how mad you sound on your. Yeah, that's funny. He does sound mad. This guy's Delhi accent is unnoticeable in the club. Imagine her reaction after going outside. I don't. I There's not much difference ever. But hey, I love Indians, but they have zero game. Yeah, most of them don't have. Most of them don't have a good game at all. Like they just need to learn. I would say, racist motherfuckers. It's okay. I mean, they're trying their best. They're trying their best to cope with life. Let them cope. Indian PE or Hamza. I've actually seen Hamza game. I met him in person. He's a cool guy. He's a very decent dude. Um, I think his game is pretty solid. It's okay. It's good. I like him. I like Hamza. He's always very friendly. He's very respectful. I like it. I like it. Let's see. Okay, cool. A lot of trolling around in the chat. That's what I like. Let me see if there's any questions. Who has better game, Jamal or Max Punisher? I think both have their strengths. Max Punisher I think his game is like super fucking dominant. I think Jamov's game is efficient, fucking super efficient, and he'll like get results. And Max also gets results, but did someone know? I don't think so. Max also gets results, but his results are like come from like dominance, attraction, some routines, and of course he has a solid game. How does IndianPE bang that many girls without getting monkeypox? I mean, it's a recent phenomenon, right? In recent times, I don't think I've banged many girls, so I'm still monkeypox safe or immune. Uh, just be a normal, not your fault. Your marriages were arranged for centuries. That is a reason for none, but most guys game. All right, you guys are talking so much in the chat. Ask me questions. I'm here. Ask your fucking questions. If some guy is trolling, let him troll. Like let him have his 2 seconds of fun, 2 seconds of fame. I'm giving him attention. I've had no problem being sexual with Indian girls, but because it's yes, exactly why. with Indian guys, if they go and be sexual with Indian girls, they're like, ew, chale jao. Like, I mean, that means get out of here in Hindi. But yeah, they like black guys, they like white guys. So even Mexican dudes, they like everyone except for other Indian guys. But it all depends again. Like if she only likes Indians, like okay, so my last fuck buddy who was half Indian, she liked only Indians actually. Sometimes she used to fuck black guys or Mexican guys. She fucked maybe one or two apparently. I'm pretty sure she must have fucked more, but she was being decent in front of me. But she said that Indian guys are her type, 100%. She likes the dark eye color, and I've been getting a lot of those recently. They say like that they like the dark color more than like the blue or green or hazel or some shit. Scale of 1 to 10, how scared is Rolo of Alex? I would say 15, 20, because of the mental gymnastics he does whenever he was challenged for a debate are like insane. It's insane how much he does. Yeah. Uh, there's not really good game and better game. It's more like good game versus bad game, and bad game is so much worse than no game. I agree, 100% agree with that. Good game and better game. The interesting thing is, I would say game is like an exponential curve that at some point becomes very flat. Like your game is zero when you're starting off, and then it increases massively as long as you're doing the right things to get results. And then once you get results, your results are going to plateau. And also, like if you even improve your game, they're not the the line is going to be flat, almost fucking flat, because the return of investment to improve your game is not going to be as much unless you actually run higher volume. If you have a fucking high sex drive, yes, then you would run a higher volume with the same game. But if anything, that's the difference between good game and better game. It's just the better game guy is running more volume. That's the reason why he's getting more results. And again, like game wise, I would just say compare the results. Good game versus better game. I will only compare results. How are the results? How much time he's putting in? How much effort he's putting in? How his interactions look like? How often does he get responses back? That's what I would look at. How many matches did you get with these pictures? I'm sitting on like 200, 300 matches. I've went on 5 dates so far, banged three. Two gave me One gave me kind of like, I mean, two, both of them were not interested actually. Like, I think I fucked up somewhere in the game and on the date. Sometimes what happens is like, when I don't find the girl interesting or something, I my game sucks. My game totally sucks. So I will try to get back to routines, and of course it sucks even more. So I end up like not even being able to pull the girls. I'm like, "Ah, whatever, fuck it." So I like end the date quickly, like half an hour or 40 minutes or 1 hour, and after that I'm like, okay, I'm not fucking this girl. I don't give a shit. So I'll just leave. So I'll just end the date. That's how I do it. What's the main difference between your game and Alex's game? Alex is much more vibing. I am much more calculated. I'm much more calculated. I notice everything. I see everything. I will see my periphery. I will try to gather information a lot more than Alex does. Alex, I see like he does like one-on-one focus basically. He doesn't see much going on around. Like he's when I'm talking to a girl, and if her friend is about to cock block, I can see it from 10 seconds before. Like I will see the face, like I will see the girl's face, the friend's face. If she's about to cock block, bam, I'll go back to talking to her, and then I'll stop her from cock blocking, or rather, I'll win over her. So yeah. In a society of arranged marriages, game does not exist. True. If you're getting arranged married, yeah, of course, game does not exist. But I'm not getting arranged marriage, so okay. Fuck, why does it keep refreshing? Okay. Can you guys drop PWF match like that Honika? Merch. I think you were saying merch. We thought about it, but it seemed like we wouldn't make much profit out of it. Maybe once our channel grows a lot more, maybe we'll drop it, right? Like maybe even have a T-shirt saying "curry cock," because I've said that to so many girls after I fucked them, and they would just like either be grossed out, but like in a positive way, like laugh at it, ew, and they like just make like whatever, like just laugh. But a curry cock or something, or like, do I smell like curry or smell like pussy? Like that's one thing you could do to have the Indian PE themed T-shirts. So there's so many ideas I have, but we would only probably do it once the channel grows even more. Uh, Before that, I don't think I'm going to do. I don't change my game for Indians. I'm pretty sexual. That's good because you're black. You don't have to change at all. No way. You don't have to do it. Black guys, I just have that natural swag. There's no question. Love your fake infield footage. Of course, it's fake. Everything is fake. Uh, Only very traditional wealthy parents try to arrange marriage. Not at all. Many traditional families do it. They don't have to be wealthy to do arranged marriages. They still do it. Thoughts on John Anthony? Of course, I like him. He's really solid. Uh, and people who I know who did his boot camp or worked under him, their game is absolutely solid. There's one guy who lives in Miami and he fucks like the hottest fucking girls. Like he always sends like nudes because he loves doing that, and I send him nudes back of the girls, of course, not of each other. And he shows these hottest fucking Latinas. He's a bit shorter than me. I would say he's 5'8", and he still fucks a lot. And he worked with John Anthony, and he was also a student of John Anthony. So of course, John Anthony has solid game. Marcus who? Ha ha, I see what you did there. How much did the girls cost? $0. Or maybe like a bottle of wine or drinks maybe. I love that we get so many haters as soon as I come on live, because that's their way to like, haha, I'll keep this guy down so that I feel good about myself, so that I can sleep well, so that I can be happy about my lack of results. That's how they are like that's so sad. It's kind of sad. Do better, guys. Do better, AI Johnson. Austin W. When I stand by it. Oh, on the debate. Bradicus. Thoughts on Bradicus? I I don't know much about him, to be honest. I've not seen many infields of him. I don't think it's like, I don't know if it's good or not. Nitin, are you on TRT? If so, how has it affected your life? Yes, I'm on TRT. Sleep is better. Energy is amazing. I don't gain fat too quickly. And when I start working out, I gain muscle quickly. Start working out. I don't know when the fuck I will start again. Whenever I start, instantly I get a fucking lower back pain, and then I have to go to PT. Okay, I saw that again. Any tips on becoming more masculine or alpha on the date? Masculine and alpha are like really weird terms to use. I would just view it as like being dominant or not dominant, right? What is dominant? You're very calm and collected. You're really thinking about what you are saying. You are slowing down as you speak. You're letting her know your intentions. So like on the dates as well, I'm always like laid back, put my hand around her, like, but not really touch her fully. I just like put my arm physically around her, but not touch her yet. So it's almost like she's expecting me to touch, but I'm not touching. And I'm just like, I just look into her eyes. I just like, I'm always smiling. I'm making jokes, and I'm speaking lesser than her. So all of these are like masculine or dominant traits. And yeah, you have to work on your tonality. It's very important, because if you speak too fast, she loses attraction like a motherfucker. Like, this is how I talk on dates as well. Because first of all, yes, that Indian accent also is a bit of a bottleneck, and that's why I speak slow, so that she understands what I'm saying. Right? Well, that makes sense. He's outside. He's out with Natty. Defaking, no ethical concerns with that? No, not really. Girls do that shit all the time. They upload pictures from 2 years ago and still use it as if it's like their most recent. They put a lot of makeup. So, no. If they're playing a game, why not you play a game too? Yeah, Marcus, that's funny. Uh, oh, okay. You guys were like genuinely asking, okay, he's Ultimate Man Project. What's good? Heard about this channel in jail for soliciting a prostitute. Out on parole, thank God. So where do I get started? Bam! That's how you know PWF is popular. This is why Austin Spurs, PWF promotes deepfakes, but Austin was supposed to defend stuff like that. SMH, I don't know, bro. I don't think Austin has any problem around deepfakes. Fuck no. What is the worst dating advice that is commonly given? The guy who just gave us advice, just be yourself. That's the worst common. That's the worst common advice ever. Fuck that. Fuck that shit. Do you go down on a girl before or after penetration? I remember you discussing about it. I go down before penetration, but I don't let her come before penetration. I only let her come once I fucked, because sometimes I've had two situations where I made the girl come, and after that she didn't want to fuck. So because she got her share of orgasms, which she would have gotten from sex anyway, right? So that's when she did that. So she didn't want to fuck after. Okay, there's a lot of holy shit. My bad, guys. I've been going on side tangents like a motherfucker. So I will go through more questions. I will stay on for 15 more minutes. Uh, Hope it's been valuable. I see 110 viewers. Get them likes up, motherfuckers. Get them likes up so that you can see me more and more, right? If we don't get enough views or likes, of course, you're not going to see me more. This is only because you guys are asking, because there's high demand, high Indian demand. Uh, okay, let me see. There's a lot of conversations, thankfully, so there's not many questions. P transformation is insane. Yes, I agree. I like it. I mean, I'm excited. Is a dating coach based from the US and born in the US qualified to give dating advice to men in other parts of the world where the cultures are different? No, unless he has traveled to these cultures. If he's just been in Miami, either, like, no, I wouldn't say he's qualified to give advice. I have traveled quite a bit, right? So I know a lot of cultures. Like, even when I went to Australia, I learned so much about Brazilian culture. I learned so much about Swedish culture. I have this Swedish friend who might eventually come on the channel for like an interview. His name is Pierre. He is really solid. Uh, and he's Swedish, and he was telling me a lot about the culture, and that's how I learned about the culture. And when I cross referenced it with other Swedish girls, they were like, "Yeah, that's so true." That's when it's true. So you have to learn a lot about culture. So if a dating coach is based on in US, born in the US, and has not traveled, then he doesn't know much about other cultures. You're better off getting like a minority, not me, but like a minority, like an Asian dating coach, or like a Latino dating coach, someone who has who has at least two cultures in at the back of his head. That's when you can actually qualify him as a legit dating coach for other cultures as well. And my apologies that I have like been going on so many side tangents. I don't know these many questions would show up. Any tips to becoming more masculine? Okay, cool. This is good. I already answered that. How do we get our questions to him? Yeah, you can just comment here. Have you commented here? I don't think you commented here, bro. Yeah, I don't see them. Okay, this guy has been giving advice. Let's see. Just act like you're the best man out there, really, Riley. Okay. Remember, nobody can fuck you. Huh? Massive SMH. Why do the people like these give advice? They think they're giving like solid advice, but it's so stupid. Just act like you're the best man out there. Dude, not everyone can act like that. Not everyone can. Maybe you're getting results. Happy, good for you, happy for you. But not everyone can act like they're the best man out there. So, no, that's stupid advice. That's like you're not really catering towards guys who don't have experience with women. So, your advice is almost irrelevant because your advice is something which will make someone like you understand, someone like you who has experience. Maybe you do. Maybe that's why you have so much cockiness. Maybe that's why, but that's really terrible advice. Sorry to diss you so easily or disqualify you so easily, but I know when someone is not talking when someone is talking out of their ass. Sorry. Anthony, I used to be a PUA coach for Microsoft and Amazon nerds. I've coached tons of Indians too. Most of them didn't have the confidence that PE has, and I've heard every excuse. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Uh, Any PE, motherfucker, PE, I like it. Well, maybe you're lame then, and that's what you just admitted. Cool, buddy. Just get on your knees and beg, bro. Oh man, a lot of trolls out here tonight. Text advice. Joking about mustache. My boss told me to shave it off because it wasn't appropriate. I said lame. I'm sure you can make for it in other ways. She said, "Why would I need to make up for it?" What? So she said, "Oh, okay, yeah, okay. I guess you're like joking around. Okay, yeah, it doesn't make sense. What you said doesn't really make sense. Um, Maybe you can say like if you're like role playing, you can be like, I love a really thick mustache on my girl. Maybe you can say that if you're like joking around that she has a mustache and that her boss made her shave it off. Yeah, maybe I get it now. So yeah, Cougs Cougs got some wise words. Yeah, he's saying the right things. Anthony, the easiest way to prove yourself as a coach is to approach girls and show the students how it's done in person. That's why I love one-on-one live coaching is best. Yes, I agree. But you can always like I mean, I cannot. I'm. Not, I don't think I'm qualified to coach cold approach because my cold approach is not as solid as some other cold approach coaches out there. That's why when someone asks me to give in-person coaching, I always say just hit up Austin Summers or Jay Malv or Gabriel Gray. That's what I say. Texting, yes, absolutely. I will take up any kind of client. P, what's your background? We are doctor engineer. I'm still an engineer. That's my side job. Actually, that's my main job. This is my side job. As an Indian myself, I'm anxious about how white blonde girls feel about my race. How to get over it? Well, let me tell you this: a lot of girls, most of the girls are fucked up white, and most of them, you know what they've said? They've always said that they don't like white guys, and they like any guy with like skin tone, right? And they always told me that they wonder why Indian men don't approach more. And they were telling me that there's always so many good looking Indians out there, but I've only seen them like be very weird in the nightclub. In the daytime, they don't even come say hi. And sometimes I even throw a smile at them and they don't even come say hi. Why do you think that is? Like they don't, it's out of the reality that um, like Indian guys are super awkward and that's why they don't come talk. So I'm giving you information which so many girls told me, and that's where you should think like, okay, being an Indian is fine too because a lot of girls do find you attractive. I'm not going to say like 80% or something. No, it's like 20 to 25%. 20 to 25% of white girls actually like Indians or anyone who's not white. That's the girls you have to go for. So you have to meet their looks threshold, and after that you have to build your game. That's what I do. I meet the girl's looks threshold, and if I do, that's when I try to game her. If I don't meet her looks threshold, I will know instantly because she's not giving me that initial interest a girl who would be into me would give. Right? When do you call day game numbers? I don't call. Plus, also actually my call game is bad. My phone game is terrible actually. Get out of the Miami where girls catching bodies every single night and then see how much you can get laid. I have, bro. Like I've only been in Miami for 1.5 years out of my 5 years gaming. So in those 5 years, for the first 3.5 years, I was outside Miami. So I mean, if that's how you're rationalizing your lack of results, go for it. But no, I fucked a lot more when I was outside Miami. So that goes out the window. IndianPE, what's up, dog? Where's the arranged marriage game video? We need to see for we need to see it. Forget the like goal. I know it reads the like goal. Alex needs to make a arranged marriage profile. I don't think he's gonna get a lot of matches though because they're gonna look through it. Like the families manage the girls' profiles, right? So they're gonna look right through it. I hear Gabriel is legit. Yes, he is. Uh, Hey man, I have a question to do with being blocked by a girl. I was talking with her on Instagram and played PS4 games online with her. She blocked me on all platforms, and I don't know what to do. You must have said something weird. Uh, maybe when you were gaming with her, it didn't seem like you were into her, so she is not clear of your intentions, and maybe you set the intentions like out of left field, and she probably got creeped out. That's something that could have happened. So that's probably why she blocked you on all platforms. Just let it go. Like she's clearly not interested. Maybe you try to flip the frame or switch the frame, and that's when she stopped like showing interest towards you. How do we get our questions to him? Am I missing something? Just post here. Okay, I see one from you. Jesus, definitely getting questions from somewhere else. He's only answering to the same persons again and again. Nah, bro. Like, look, Jesus. Some people don't have patience. I mean, I do admit that I did go on a lot of tangents. I did not know I would get so many questions. Holy shit. IndianPE, how do you keep the fun, flirtatious vibe with a girl you may not be able to hook up with for a few weeks? Some good conversation re-engagements. Actually, I have a good video on this. Alex broke it down, but how do you keep a girl warm when you cannot meet her for 2 weeks? I think that's the title of the video. That was like a half Mexican, half Russian girl at band. She was fun. Uh, and with her it was actually 2 weeks of texting, so that's a good one you can look at. It's just like very distant check-ins of how her day is and things like that. So yeah. uh, Do you take any nootropics? I don't know what that is. Sorry. Oh, right, that Hamza. My bad. When someone said Hamza, I was talking about another Hamza. This I didn't even know. I don't know. I've never met that guy. I don't know. I've never met uh, that guy who says Tinder is a waste of time. If she cheats while drunk, is it a liable excuse? No, absolutely not. Any kind of cheating is done. Any kind of cheating is it's extremely terrible when it comes to girls cheating. What does PE mean? Pussy eater. I'm Indian and I eat pussy. Uh, it was like an inside joke back in the day when we were starting with PWF. My favorite concept IndianPE said was put in the work. Yes, you got to put in the work. So I'm going from down, by the way, for questions because I think there's so many in between. So I'll go back up until I'm seeing questions I've already answered. What are your thoughts on direct versus indirect openers? I feel as an Indian, I feel girls are more receptive to indirect during the night game, but during day, always good get blown outs. Um, I would not look at it as black or white. Most of the times, my game is indirect. In day game, I think it's just more efficient to go direct. But again, if you can do indirect game and day game, you will probably do better than anyone who's doing strictly direct game. So I would say indirect openers in night game always, all the fucking time, indirect openers. Unless she's in a hurry and you have to like stop her and you have to get her Instagram or number quickly, and then you can be like direct and then just take the number. So you can do something like that. Hey, can you briefly describe your pickup journey? Yeah, I started game. Actually, let me hold that thought. All right. Alex drinks kava. I drink alcohol when I go pre gaming. So yeah, I I started game back in 2016 when I was coming across like prank videos. Towards the end of 2016, I would say I started approaching drunk, like 1 to 2 months. I would say maybe 3 months at the end of 2016, and in January or February is when I met David Swift. I would say he was my first mentor. He did help me a lot back in the day, but not as much as people say that he did. Um so I met my first mentor in January 2017. March 2017 is when I moved to Vegas because I had a remote job and I just told myself like, okay, what am I doing with my life? Because I wanna fuck hot girls because I see that it's possible for any guy to get laid because I was listening to RSD. They were saying looks don't matter, right? That's what I believed back in the day. Now I know looks do matter a lot. Um, Looks matter until thresholds. I would say not looks only matter, like looks matter, and everyone has a threshold. If I got a bit fatter, I wouldn't be attracted to more girls. Like I would be lesser attracted to the kind of girls I'm fucking right now. So anyway, so I was doing RSD. I was approaching. I used to approach a lot sober. For up to like 5 months in Vegas, I didn't get a single lay. I got like a couple of makeouts, a couple of blowjobs, or something like that. I would do like very emotionally spiking things back in the day. I was very neurotic, I would say, back in the day. And and eventually, like, I met Gabriel Gray. It was in I would say June or July of 2017, and I saw his game and I was mind blown because he was literally Julian from South Africa. Like, he was like, his game was literally Julian's game back in the day. I don't think he does the same game now, but I saw him give his 2000% when he was in Vegas, because he had to prove that he can stay in Vegas and that he can game in Vegas, so that he can get more exposure. Right. That's why he came to Vegas. He coached for Vegas Immersion. I did Vegas Immersion for 1 month. RSD Vegas Immersion. It was dog shit because they were telling not to build sexual tension because sexual tension is gay. That's what Luke, the fat Luke, says, which is so stupid, which is retarded. If you don't build tension, how the fuck are you gonna fuck the girl? You're not gonna fuck the girl. So if you do not do Vegas Immersion if you consider doing it, but they do have some good stuff. I'm not gonna deny that. Uh, and that's where Gabriel Gray coached. And under his coaching for like 1 month, I ended up losing my virginity, talking to this really hot blonde who was with her boyfriend, but the boyfriend was playing in the casino in the nightclub. So there's like tables in the nightclub in Vegas, and I was talking to her. I made out with her while the boyfriend was not looking, and then I pulled her to my car and I fucked her in the car. That's when I lost my virginity. Big tits, very nice, blonde, nice ass, tattoo, right next to the pussy. That was pretty hard for me, and like, she was hot. I busted in like 20 seconds, so that was obviously, it makes sense. Sorry, it's the same thing, right? So after that, I went to South Africa for getting some more training from Gabriel Gray, and I learned so much. I came back to Vegas. I fucked my third girl, who was a couch surfer in Poland, from Poland, and she stayed with us. And I fucked her after we did New Year's Eve. Like, we went to a New Year's party, and then we were having fun. We were joking around, and then I just made out with her, and she was into me, and we started fucking. So that was pretty solid. I think I'm going too slow at this point. And then once after that, I started getting into online dating. I was doing like seeking arrangements. I was doing some online, doing some cold approach. Seeking arrangement, I was getting so many fucking lays. Uh, Essay, I would say. I was getting so many lays in 2018. And then I joined the PWF Mastermind. I used to just help out people, like whatever. And I started gaining recognition because my text game was pretty solid. Even Alex back then I was living with Swift, and Alex asked like, "Bro, how is this guy getting laid? That's crazy." And like, Swift was like, "Yeah, dude, I've been teaching him a bit, and he's doing a lot. He's doing really good. He's fucking so many girls." And like, he would send pictures of girls I fucked to Alex, and Alex would be like, "Dude, fuck, that girl is so hot," and things like that. And that's when Alex also started noticing me in the mastermind. We exchanged numbers. In September, me and Alex went to Colombia, just like, to meet. And I think that's when he decided he would actually take me in instead of Swift. Anyway, so all this time I've been fucking girls. I moved to Atlanta in 2019. I stayed there for a year. Atlanta was when I actually had a real girlfriend. I was dating this hot Latina, Puerto Rican Latina. She was I dated for like 3 months, but she was very toxic, and I never had any relationship experience. So what she was doing was something I could not notice at all. She was gaslighting. She was always like playing games. She knew how to keep me on bay. She knew how to validate my ego, where it would go so high that once she threw away the validation, I would ask for validation. So she knew things like that. So she was pretty solid at that. And after 3 months, she broke up with me because I lost complete attraction. I mean, she lost attraction towards me because I got needy because of all the games she played. So I learned a lot from that relationship. And after that, for like 2 or 3 months, I didn't fuck because my game was shot down because she took away the masculinity because of all the games she played. And then yeah, I just kept fucking, just kept fucking. I'm just fucking right now. I've had many rotations. I would say at least 15 to 20 rotations so far. Right now, I don't have anyone, so I'm looking for a new one. So that's why I'm going out, and of course, doing seeking game, all of that shit. So yeah, right now I'm at 208 lay count as of yesterday. Um, I've counted every single one, and I wanted to keep track because at some point I realized that I might actually be coaching in the future because people were paying me. Like at first, it was like pennies, literally pennies for an hour, and then eventually I started charging more for text game coaching, and that's when I started getting good. That's when started getting more exposure. That's when I started getting laid, and then I joined PWF in 2019 July, when David split. Sorry, Alex split ways with David Swift. I took some of his shares, and I own some of shares of PWF. And yeah, so right now I'm in Miami. I'm gonna be focusing more on cold approach. Maybe I'll restart shooting infields. We'll see. And maybe you'll see another pull from me. This time, maybe I will close the girl and not fucking just stop and just not close the girl. Anyway, that was a lot. Holy shit. As a foreigner, which type of girls are hardest to get in the US? Whites, Latinos, or blacks? I honestly don't. I'm not attracted to black girls. I've only fucked one black girl, and she was very hot. That's the only reason I fucked her. When I was starting to learn game as well, I tried to fuck this black girl, but I didn't get hard. So like I was like, okay, I'm genuinely just not attracted to black girls. Latinas are the ones actually who are most difficult. I've noticed in the US, in Miami especially. That's why in Miami, like I fuck like half Latinas, or like sometimes I bang full Latinas too, but those are like strictly whatever, strictly fuck or whatever. Like they're curious about the me being a sex coach, etc. And then like, okay, cool. Even if I'm not their type, they will still bang. That's what they do. So Latinas have been the most difficult in the US. White girls are like, so for some white girls, I meet the looks threshold and I go beyond the looks threshold. Those are the ones who I'm easy to close, basically. Why does pickup coaches have only success out of their based countries? I don't know. I I would not want to have success in India. I don't like white girls. If you send me back to India, if let's say I go back to India, to be honest, you will never even hear about me again. Like I will fucking quit game because I don't want to game Indian girls. I would probably not marry. I would just go traveling the world. That's what I would do, because it's like I want to fuck other girls anyway. Like I don't like Indian girls. I don't find them attractive. I hate their attitudes. I hate their princess complex. It's fucking annoying. Okay, cool, nice. I'm catching up. I like it. How did you get the name Indian PE? It's actually derivative of Swift. He was always calling himself the pussy eating champ to girls, which honestly now I think it's super cringy. But it was back then. I guess girls found it funny because he lived in St. Louis. I was in St. Louis for a year, and he was Indian PE. He was pussy eating champ, and because I'm the Indian student, I said I'm the Indian PE because I also ate pussy. I still eat pussy, but I'm more selective about which pussy I eat. I'm not gonna eat every girl's pussy if I fuck, Yeah, I wouldn't want to do that. And if it's a regular, I don't do eat pussy because she has to earn getting eaten out. Because I put that step. She has to do something for me to eat her out. She has to bring value to my life. With my Actually, I shouldn't tell this. No, can't be giving it away. I was gonna tell you guys about the value my last fuck buddy gave me, but I can't tell it because it's confidential. Uh, the girl and I have been talking lately, and she has a boyfriend. We really like each other. Should I continue talking to her, or should I just walk away? What should I do? You really like each other? Then what's stopping her from breaking up with the boyfriend or something? Why does she have a boyfriend, and why is she still talking while she has a boyfriend, right? Sounds a bit weird. Maybe maybe if she's okay, so just ask her out. Just ask her to come over for a bottle of wine. Just say, let's split a bottle of wine on my romantic balcony or whatever, so that she knows that she's only going to be cheating with you, but not really having a full-on relationship. But of course, I wouldn't recommend going into a relationship with her because she clearly cheats. So don't fucking do that shit. uh, Soccer has a goalie doesn't mean you can't score. Bam! Yeah, I remember that one. Do you know any short dating coaches or students that are in are in the 100, 300 lay count? Many of the best dating coaches are tall. I'm not black pill. I'm the opposite. Just curious from what you know. Daniel White is short. And that motherfucker, I've seen him kill it. Now he's in a relationship, but before that, I've seen that motherfucker pull like really hot chicks who are hotter than my chicks, and of course we were like going back and forth. I would fuck hotter girls than him, he would fuck hotter girls than me, and like it was going back and forth. Daniel White is short. He's 5'7.5", 5'8". That is pretty short, but he fucking kills it. He fucking kills it, and he has really good. His students get late too, so you know he's doing something right, and his game is pretty solid. Indian PE, things didn't work out with this girl, no sex, but how long should I wait if I think one of her good friends is hot? I mean, if the sex did not happen, first of all, your attraction is not that high with the current girl. So, technically speaking, you can't really transfer that attraction to her hot friend because this girl is not going to say good things about you to that girl. So, it's kind of pointless. You can't really switch the target now. If anything on the date, you don't have attraction towards a girl, then you can, and then you know that she has a hot girl as a friend, then you can be like, hey, I'll be honest, I'm not really feeling it, but I find your friend really hot. If I'm her type, you should give me her number, right? Simply, you can put it that way. But if you didn't have sex with this girl, even though you went out, that means there's no attraction. Even if there were reasons or hang-ups around sex for her, in the end, it is still lack of attraction for her because she's going to backwards rationalize, oh, oh, I guess I just did not like him enough, so that's why I didn't have sex. So there's no point. There's really no point. What's your advice to tell if some chicks ask where I'm from? I'm an Indian, but the thing is, some chicks get instantly turned off if they hear the race. They shouldn't be getting turned off that easily. Okay, if they're getting turned off that easily, that means you're letting them know where you are from too quickly, right? Because the attraction is not solidified yet, and that's why when you're telling that you're from India, let's say she doesn't like Indians as much as that she likes other ethnicities, that's when your attraction is still kind of weak, right? So don't tell her that. Just switch the topic or be like, I'll let you guess in some time. Where are you from, by the way? Or like just change the topic, ask about her relationships, ask about what she likes to do for fun, things like that. So if you think you did not build enough attraction, then you don't have to tell her where you are from yet. I've had situations where I tell girls that I'm from India and they get turned off, but this is because I have not built enough attraction or value. That's when they get turned off because the Indian thing is like, oh, I guess this guy's probably going to be boring. Probably this guy works in tech, which I do, but I'm not going to tell that, right? I'm just going to say I'm a sex coach, but I'm still in. I'm a dating and sex coach, but I still say sex coach to girls, but because I find it easier to me to be honest. Uh, but yeah, that's what I would do. I would hold off on that information. I would make her ask more and more, make her earn that answer. That's what I would do. Oh, hi, NNP. Cool to hear from you. You're plowing through these questions. Yes, because I wasted a lot of time going through other questions. He's getting drunk. Of course, I'm getting drunk. This is vodka soda. How did you get better with verbal game? I just spoke to a lot of girls. I just spoke to a lot of people, and I ended up just being, I guess, naturally saying what comes to my mind. And sometimes it's witty, sometimes it's boring, but most of the times it's witty. So I know exactly what to say, but I don't know if it's the right thing. But I just know exactly what to say when a girl says something to me, right? So that's one thing. That's how I did. I got better with verbal game by talking to a lot of girls and then breaking down those interactions. So that's how I got really good with verbal game. All right, guys, I have 5 more minutes because I'll be going out, and we have plans. I'm going to be cold approaching. Cool. Um, Yeah, so yes, so that's how you get better. Just keep talking to more and more girls. There's no magic pill. You can't read theory for a theory to get better, because it's not really uh, because it's not really something you can learn just by reading on theory. It's not like math or history or something, so it doesn't make sense. So yeah, you gotta just go out and talk to a lot of women, and then break down those interactions. When you're starting off, you don't know what you did wrong, right? But just pinpoint what you did wrong. Think of it, like maybe assume that you did something wrong, and this is what you did wrong. And then if you do something like that again and it works with another girl, then you know that it was actually not something you did wrong. That means you did something else wrong, and then go back to that interaction and see what else you did in the set, and then understand, okay, this is what I said, which was wrong. I shouldn't have said that. That's how you pinpoint. You have a shit ton of interactions. You remember all of these interactions, and that's why you go out sober when you're just learning game, because you want to remember exactly what you've been saying to these girls, and that's how you learn, because you do debrief. You write down what you did right, what you did wrong, what you can improve on, what is your assignment for the next time you go out. All of these things I used to do back in the day. So it's important to do that. Picking up girls in office, any tips? I'm guessing a lot more subtle and comfort building. Yeah, I would say that's how you do it. You keep it very harmless. You invite her for like a casual drink, and on the drink you see how she is, if she's into you or not, and then you can like escalate, but don't escalate over text, uh, because you might get in trouble, and it would really suck if you got fired because of this, and you would not be getting new jobs because of this, because you have a history of HR considering you as, I can't even say that word. I don't remember. I guess harassment, in the workplace. So yeah, got to be subtle. Invite her out for drinks, like kind of friendly. Escalate in person, depending on how good, like how much she is attracted to you. Are there girls you won't bother approaching because they're too attractive, or is everyone fair game? Everyone is fair game. If I think a girl is too attractive, then I definitely have to approach. I have trained myself to do that. If a girl, if the first thought in my mind is like, oh, she's so hot, she's not going to be into me, then I have to go and fucking approach. I know I have to do it. So I have trained myself. If I don't do it, then I punish myself. Like, okay, no drinking the next time I go out, something like that, right? So if you do some things, reward yourself. If you don't do some things you were supposed to do, punish yourself. So treat of your own self or your game that way. That's when you know what kind of good habits to develop and what kind of bad habits you should get rid of. Bad habits are these: if she's too attractive and if you don't approach, that means it's a bad habit. I was in bed with girl and she was attracted to me, but she said I don't want to cheat. I mean, don't force her. If she says she doesn't want to cheat, just let her. That's cool. And maybe try a couple of more times, see if you can turn her on. But if she says that she doesn't want to cheat, she probably doesn't want to cheat. There's no point, making her cheat and making her feel guilty about it. Maybe she will just do it with another guy, but with you, maybe she doesn't want to cheat. Either way, it's better off for you to not go further. uh, it's safer for you. Should you bring one night stands back to your place or hotel? Back to your place for sure. Unless it's like a place like Vegas where everyone is staying in a hotel. So it's like even when people are living in Vegas, sometimes they stay in the hotels of residence. I mean, like the residential areas of the hotels. So if it's a place like that, yes, you can get her into a hotel. But I would suggest not taking her to a hotel. Just take her to your place, because if you take her to a hotel, it kind of has that negative connotation that it's dirty motel sex, and girls don't want to do that. I'm not into drinking and don't like bars clubs. What are my options? Libraries, grocery stores, Barnes and Nobles, Whole Foods, all of these things you can just go. But obviously, night game pickings are going to be slim. But you can always go and approach girls who are sitting down. But again, like you have to be really solid at that. So you would have to fuck up a lot before doing it right, like going and just talking to girls who are sitting at the table, like at a restaurant or something. So, but I would not suggest doing that until you get really good at talking to girls. Yeah, this is what I do whenever they ask me where I'm from. If you had your time again at the beginning, do you think it would have been better to learn game from Deepak Wayne rather than surgical RSD because Deepak is the same race? I don't think that's really what consider that really puts me I like I don't think that's really what helps me make the decision. I don't think their race has to do anything with um, me deciding whether they're a good coach or not. If they've gotten laid every race, including an Indian, yes. So it doesn't make sense. Like Gabriel Gray has gotten everyone laid, including Indian races, right? So I'm still okay with like learning from surgical. RSD, I mean, like I learned some good stuff from them. I would say maybe 20% of their stuff was really good, and I did learn from that. Like so, I still have that. If you live with your parents, what's the best way, in your opinion, to take her to a hotel or Airbnb to bang, since you can't do it at home? Or is the place better? What if she has roommates? I would suggest Airbnb, but she would never know it's an Airbnb, right? So, bam. Airbnb looks like just a different house. So just suggest Airbnb. You can try to get her to her place. Like if she has roommates, you can ask her, do your roommates judge you whenever you bring guys home? So she's gonna give you an answer, right? Like because you asked her two questions at once. One is if her roommates are gonna be bothered if you got a guy home, and the other one is if she ever brought guys home, right? So you ask one question and you are actually asking two questions with that. So she's going to probably tell you like, oh, I've never brought a guy home. Then it's going to be difficult for you to close if you go to her home. So it's better off you don't go to her home, just do an Airbnb, instantly book some Airbnb or something. But Airbnbs are difficult to book, so that's another issue. So you're better off maybe like if your attraction is super high, you can just be like, I'm staying at a hotel because it's closer to where I'm working tomorrow or something like that, right? Because it's a far drive to home from here. So let's just go to this place. They have good bed and breakfast as well, or something like that. So just make a joke about the hotel. Um, yeah, so you could do that if you really have to do it. NEP is really killing it. Thank you, sir. NNP, you mentioned your toxic GF, but do you have any other experience with Puerto Rican girls? And what advice can you give? Yes, I do. I have fucked a few Puerto Rican girls, and they are like, I would say Puerto Rican girls are really fun, really fucking fun. But the issue is they're crazy. They're fucking crazy. All Latinas who I've spoken to always say Cuban or Puerto Ricans are the worst Latinas, or like the craziest Latinas. That's what I heard from other Latinas of different races. Cubans said that Puerto Ricans are bad, and Puerto Ricans have said that Cubans are bad. So they're just crazy. But the way with them, it's like your verbal game has to be on point. You have to expect their next move very quickly. That's how I closed my ex on the second date. I expected what she was thinking, what she was going to say. I would like complete sentences because she was basically like trying to say it the right way, but I would say it much better than her as to what she was about to say. And like it was almost like I was predicting what she was thinking, and that built a lot more trust and comfort and attraction because she thinks that I understand her. So that's something you can do with Puerto Rican girls. You can do a lot of cold reads on Puerto Rican girls because they like to know what they're perceived as because they're very looks conscious. Puerto Ricans, I would say, like Colombians are also looks conscious, so both are very looks conscious. But Puerto Rican looks consciousness is like a whole different level. Uh, so so yeah, that's something. That's what it is. Yeah. So I hope I hope that I answered the question. Doing PUA at the office is fantastic but dangerous at the same time. I've been fired once for having another girl get jealous after moving on and taking me to the HR. Oh my god, yeah, that happens, dude. Yeah, that's why. That's why I would say be very careful. Be careful about treading the waters. Okay, I answered that question already. Yes. Bring a huge blanket, Lord Lorraine. What he said, I don't know. Oh, okay. uh, okay, how do you deal with thinking you're not good enough for the girl? Just if you're having those thoughts, just delude yourself that every other guy is having that thought too, right? If that's your first reaction, just assume that every other guy is having that thought too. Uh, okay, one sec. Sorry. Every other guy is having that as well, right? Like, so might as well, like, what if everyone else is having that exact thought? Then you're like, okay, if everyone else is thinking the same way, what is separating myself with someone else, right? So just go and approach. Big deal. I may not be good enough for the girl, but who cares? No one else is either. So why the fuck should that stop me? And then you just go, right? Okay. You should keep doing lives that are good. Yeah, I will do it. I will do it. Tell the girl you don't know your ethnicity, you have amnesia. That sounds corny. I wouldn't do that. If anything, you're better off saying I'm a mix of everything. I don't even know where my origin is. It's so ancient. You can say something like that. Just make a funny joke out of it. Uh, maybe actually that's a better answer than you telling that you're Indian. To be honest, I like it. What are the most common things you'll find common ground with women you're gaming? Uh, I would say ethnicity or ethnicity is again like I've fucked a lot of girls, right? So I know about different cultures. So I would try to use common ground there. I would say common grounds like uh, hobbies, maybe like if she likes fucking Marvel, I will make a common ground there. I've actually had conversations about Marvel with girls in the nightclub as well, which was funny. Uh, so yeah, so you could do something like that, and I do this once there's enough attraction and I've sexualized enough. I qualify the girl, ask her questions about what she finds, like what her most turn ons are, what her fantasies are, and then like use a common. I try to come up with a common ground there. I'm like, fuck, you're asking as I am. I love how dirty you are, right? That's how I like set up a common ground, and that helps, right? That if you sexualize and you end up fucking, so bam. Uh, I'm going back down again because we're coming to a close. My buddy, my wing, is out. He's gonna come soon, and then we're gonna go out. We're gonna game. Let's see if I bang a girl today. Banged yesterday, so maybe I'll see if there's still some inside me left. Let's see. Thank you for your service, Indian PE. Once the monkeypox is cleared up, I'll be back out there with fresh advice. Yeah, that's pretty funny. Uh, the funniest thing before getting fired was meeting with HR and having them read back my IMs. They said, Cougs, what did you mean when you asked her you're a bad little girl and you need to be punished? Oh my God, that sounds like a fucking story. A story you could tell your friends, a story you could tell your kids one day when they grow up. That sounds fucking hilarious. NEP, what's your overall lay count? 208 as of yesterday. What alcohol do you drink? I like vodka and soda. I don't like White Claw too. White Claw is good. White Claw is pretty cute, pretty good. Do you want to take over?
Nah, you do
All
it.
right, I'm gonna finish now. How to work around pulling girls if you have a roommate? I mean, I have a roommate. I just say that I have a roommate. I don't think it's a big no no if you have a roommate, because people now just have roommates because yeah, it's a better, it's cheaper. You're less you're less bored if you have a roommate. um, you have a lot more to do if you have a roommate, like, you're like, okay, you feel like smoking hookah, you're of course gonna go like, bro, I go to the roommate, and you're gonna be like, bro, let's go smoke hookah. That's what you're gonna do, right? So it's
Bro, let's go
very
party.
acceptable to have a roommate. So I don't think it's a big issue when you have a roommate. So I don't think it's, just don't make it a big issue. It's like, yeah, I have a roommate, whatever. Indian PE, do you think Venezuelan girls are the hardest to fuck in Miami? I don't know. Yeah, Venezuelan, Colombians, I would say, for me. For white guys, super easy, super fucking easy. For Indians, yeah, I think Venezuelan and Colombians are difficult. I don't know why, but I've fucked a few Colombians and Venezuelans, but when I go outside, when I game these chicks, the most attraction I get is from Russians, white girls, Eastern Europeans, maybe in like, even like I would say Middle Eastern. I get a lot of attraction from these girls, but I barely ever get attraction from Colombians or Venezuelans. I don't know why that is, but that seems to be like the case. All right, I have like 5 more minutes. I have to be, yeah. So anyway, so that's, I don't know why, but it's just been difficult for me as an Indian, for Venezuelans and Colombians. Do you want kids in the future? Nah. Uh, I don't think I would want. At least now, I don't think I'm at a headspace where I want kids. Who knows? 5 years from now, I would probably want to. And if I want to, I would only have a kid with a girl I love, or like I like. Uh, okay. Ishtu Kami. Okay. So one more thing. How many code approaches do you put in a session? Lesser than I want to, but I like to have lesser interactions and make them more solid than have a lot of interactions and not really have solid interactions, right? So when I go out, I talk to like maybe 5 to 10 girls, and I'll get one or two solid numbers, and they will actually be very solid. They will respond. They will be down to set up a date. All of those things. So yeah, how do you pull, if you still live with your parents? I kind of answered that. Get an Airbnb or a hotel, but hotel is your second option. Airbnb is your first. What are your thoughts on Justin Wayne? I don't think he. I mean, he was doing all fake infield, so I don't think he's legit. Uh, I admit I wasn't laughing at that time, but it's funny now. Unfortunately, that was my highest paid job ever, and I chose the damn pussy over the paychecks. Yeah, don't do that. Don't choose money. Don't choose pussy over money, and don't choose pussy over friends. Those two things will really fuck you up. If you if you uh, if you disrespect your friendship just to fuck a girl, then you really have to reassess your life. Like, don't fucking do that shit. Bros over hoes all the time. And yeah, so like, put pussy second to money. Put pussy second to friends. Jesus fucking Christ. Just keep making that noise. Why is we hate it so much? I know this game is considered boring, but does not seem that bad. I don't think it's boring. I think he just does too much. He does way too much for everything he tries to do a takeaway. He's just like, I think you're cute, but I don't know. You could be crazy. Like, he cannot ever give a fucking straight compliment if he's ever going to give a compliment. That is so fucking weird. Like, and there's a specific infield I saw as well. I think it was he was shooting infield in New York, and the girl was actually liking the banter. She was flirting back. She was making it sexual, right? And then this guy goes like he kept continuing to do that. At that point, the girl was even saying, "Dude, you're kind of trying hard at this point." And then like he literally goes like, "I know, I'm trying so hard. I'm just so unattainable." And again he goes gamey, and she's like, "That's what are you doing? Go, bad dog." uh, so that's what is bad about this game. He just keeps doing attraction, 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 and then he tries to pull the girl, which I don't think he's pretty successful at, because he just does too much, way too much, way too much, way more than necessary. When the girl is into him, he doesn't get the hint that he should stop doing this gamey shit, but he'll continue doing it. Don't leave us. I unfortunately have to, because I already promised my friend, and I want to go out. I want to talk to girls, and I'm feeling very social, because I've been answering you guys' questions. Uh, they're only attracted to white boys living in the USA. Yeah, I would say Latinas typically. Yeah, Latinos like white guys, or like just other Latinos. How would you adjust your game if you made 10x more money? I don't think it would. I would change anything. I would literally change nothing, because the way I game now, maybe I will start more social circles. That's how I would do it. I would have more access to richer people who throw parties all the time. I would try to be at those parties. I would try to be invited to those parties. But if anything, if I made more money, I would get into these social circles, and basically, become someone who offers value to these guys, because anyone any guy ever always wants some kind of value from you. So if you can offer value to these guys, then you will be invited to their parties, and then you have access to hotter girls. And I will game them the same way. I will not adjust my game in any way. I would just work on my, maybe like my social game. Uh, I would try to throw first parties to build a social circle, and then once I do that, I try to get access to the richest people, and then try to get into parties which they throw. That's when I do. That's what I would do if I would ever make 10x more money. But again, like I make enough money. I don't. I never care about money. Like I don't. I never think about like fuck. I shouldn't be spending money or some shit. Uh, funny thing is like I'm from a subcaste in India, where we are extremely stingy about our money, but I'm like an extreme exception. Like I don't care about money at all. I've never cared about money, and it just maybe that's why I'm like I kind of make good money. So, do you have a day job? Yes, I'm a software developer. I will not tell you where, because I want my job. What do you say to guys who get girls but can't keep them? That means your sex game is bad. Now, that's the only thing I would say. Because if the pattern is so common that you cannot keep any girl, that means your sex game was bad. Because if your sex game was good, at least some girls will be around. At least 30% of the girls will be around. The 70%, maybe you have to like game them more, give them more emotions, be more assertive, or something like that. Like that's something you can change. But if you cannot keep any girl, that means you have to work on your sex game. So you have to work on your sex game. Eat pussy. Uh, Make sure she comes. Make sure you fuck the shit out of her. Make sure you're dominant. Make sure you like fucking. I shouldn't be saying this on YouTube, but spank her, and show her more kinky stuff. Handcuff her, tie her up, ask her fantasies, and try to fulfill those fantasies. All of those things. Do you ever struggle to make girl orgasm with oral sex? Some girls seem a lot more difficult to get them to come than others. Absolutely. Not every girl can come easily. Maybe if you keep seeing her, she can come easily. My previous fuck buddy, at on the first date, the sex was really solid, but I don't think I made her come, right. But over time, the sex got so much better that even though she was trying to be exclusive with the guy, she just couldn't stop. Like she was like, she said that she was trying to be exclusive with the guy, and then I just said sounds good, and then 2 weeks later she hits me up, and then she comes back and she tells me that um, I've fucked a couple of other guys, and I feel bad for other guys because they don't know about sex as much as you do. The kind of sex you give, I don't think any other guy tries to give me. Almost feel bad, and I want to teach them. That's what she said. But over that's because overall over time, I just it just get got better and better, and she felt more and more comfortable that she was able to orgasm easily. Like she would orgasm just from riding me, or I would just be wrong pipe. Oh yeah. Whew. I ate spicy food and and then food. Oh my god. I'll go to pee. Holy shit. Oh my god, sorry. Wow. That was crazy. All right. So yes, I do find it's difficult with some girls to make them come. So yeah. Do you get attention from Cuban girls? No. Again, I think Cubans or Colombians or Venezuelans, they don't like me. They don't like me much at all. So yeah. Whew. Finally, I feel better. Is being Indian changing the way you have to do game? Yeah, absolutely. I have to show a lot more confidence. I should be a lot more dominant. I should be a lot more funny. I should be more direct because these are things because these are things she's not gonna expect from me. Holy shit. Guys, I'm not trying to dick ride, but I haven't heard anything game related that Indian P has said that I disagree with tonight. Thank you kindly. Mastermind group, what's that? So whoever bought the product for the first month, they have access to our mastermind group where people can post questions, or you have somewhere you're stuck in the interaction and you have to get some advice. That's when you I know, bro, I was seriously dying. The lean is bad. Oh, wrong pipe. Holy shit. And you can post your screenshots. I will respond. Assistant coaches are there. They will respond. They will let you know, okay, uh, what to text here and things like that. And for that, it's $39 a month. But if you buy the product, you get the first month for free. And typically, once they join, once they get the first month for free, most guys don't even uh, unsubscribe. If anything, actually, some do because they've got what they needed, right? But that's after like 1 year or 6 months. That's when you learn a lot, right? Because you see people's LRs, you see how people are doing, you see how people are suggesting, you see how people are doing better in game. You get motivated because everyone is doing better than you, and you want to learn from them. So that's a good way like to have that wing culture. But even though it's over internet, you can still have that wing culture. So I think that's the best thing about that's the best thing he thought about in when it comes to business, having that mastermind group, because that creates that culture where it's like everyone is learning from each other, everyone wants to try to suggest, and everyone wants to try to be better. And it's always like value exchange, value offering, things like that. So if you buy the product, it's just $39 more from the second month. First month is free. Whew. How big of a disadvantage is red hair in your opinion? I would have to see what you look like, because if you have red hair, you probably look super pale, right? So like you're like a ginger, right? So pretty sure like the attraction is kind of low, because I don't find gingers attractive like in girls. So maybe it is kind of a disadvantage for you. Whew. Yeah. So can you game girls who like drinking and doing drugs if you don't drink or do drugs? How can you bypass that? Some girls make their personality. I would say they're not really worth it, you know? I mean, maybe you can just drinking is fine. You can like give them a drink and then you don't drink. I think that's completely acceptable. It's just the drugs girl are like insane. Like they can become crazy over time if they do a lot of it. So yeah. How was your experience uh for okay with okay you corrected it. How was your experience with Marcus Wolf and Alex in Croatia and NP? I was only there for 2 weeks, but it was great. It was a good experience. Where in Tampa do you to do day game? I'm not into night game. I don't know. I don't really know anything about Tampa. I've been to Tampa once and only did like night. I no, I didn't even do night game there. I went to St. Petersburg and did night game there. It was good. I got like two of Austin students laid. It was pretty funny. It was pretty funny actually. How would you invite girls back to your place if you don't drink? Husky, Romantic Balcony, The View. Uh, let's play a board game or something like that. Austin Summers pull excuse. Let's play a board game. Let's play Jenga or something like that. Like you can do anything. If she's into you, if she wants to fuck you, if she's you don't even have to have an excuse. You can just be like, let's go grab wine, or like, okay, I mean, if you don't say wine, but let's go play some Jenga. I think it's pretty funny. Like, let's go play some Jenga. I think I'm gonna try that in the next date. Let's go play some Jenga. You like Jenga? She's gonna be like, yeah, okay, fine, yeah, let's do it. It sounds funny. Actually, I'm gonna try it. Guys, I get it. It's a total conundrum. My Indian friends want to talk game more than anyone, but we often go around in circles, and then when it's their turn to approach. Oh shit, that sucks. Yeah, they gotta go approach. By the way, this is way better than those debates Alex is getting carried away with. Tell Alex to focus more on game and less on those random ass debates where half the people don't know shit about game. But the issue is, like, even these videos are not gonna get as many views as the debates are getting. Like the debates are getting a lot of live viewers. Like yesterday's debate went up to 230 people. Today, I think the most it went to was 130, and then once I coughed, like it went down to 100. Once I was almost dying, it went down to 100. Uh, but if we got more views for when we do lives like these, of course we're going to do lives like these. So it's not only going to be debates, like we're going to add in lives like these. But if debates are the ones which are getting more views because of the drama, then that's what we're going to keep doing. We have to do what's best for the business too, right? Yes, we offer value, but at the same time we have to um consider ourselves as well. All right, guys, like wow, this has gone pretty long. uh yeah, so that's the reason why we don't do as many value or Q&A lives. Mastermind group is genius, keeps everyone in check and motivates everyone to keep learning. Exactly. That was pretty genius of him. Is there a reason why you don't have a girlfriend? Is it hard to retain girls? Is that just not what you're looking for? Is it hard to attract quality women? Uh, the reason I don't have a girlfriend is, yes, I cannot be monogamous. I don't think I'm at a stage where I'm monogamous. So I would have to find a girlfriend like who thinks the way Natty does, right? So again, Natty is extremely rare. So if I find a girl like that, yeah, I'd be down. But I would not be monogamous. It's not hard for me to retain girls at all. Like once I've fucked them, most of the girls actually want to see me again. So I keep a rotation, and I do get bored quickly. That's an annoying issue. If I don't find the girl interesting, I do get bored quickly. So I do drop rotations quickly too. Sometimes they drop me. That's understandable. That's fine. What can we do? If they don't like me as a person, they don't like me as a person. Is it hard to attract quality women? It's never been hard for me. I guess in the last 2 or 3 years, maybe in the beginning, but now it's not all hard. I don't think I'm looking for a girlfriend either. I would want to have like a good rotation, yes, but again, in that rotation, more than two girls is way too much for me. So two girls is good. That's what I want right now. I'll have to work. I'll have to do more digging for that, or sometimes Tinder too. Big deal. How did you get over your Indian insecurities? I mean, just the same way I got over my bald insecurities or me being skinny fat insecurities. It's just that everyone else has some kind of insecurity. Whenever I go out night gaming, I see that all the time. So when that happens, like I just tell myself, well, everyone else probably is thinking the same thing. Why is that stopping me? Because it's already stopping them. So who's the one who's going to approach the girl? I should be the one who's approaching the girl. Like, or else she's going to go home not getting laid. How sad is that, right? If you don't go approach, she's not going to get laid. That's the way you should think. If she's not going to get laid, then it's your fault. So you got to go approach. Maybe then she will get laid. So that's the way I should think. If nobody else is approaching her, why the fuck aren't you? What makes, like, if you're letting your insecurities get the best of you, so why not just assume like everyone else has it anyway. So if it's stopping them, who the fuck cares? It's not going to stop me, and just go approach. How does game apply in high school? I do not know. I've not gamed in high school, so I'm sorry, I cannot answer that. How to get a girl convinced to have car sex? I would say I would set frames. Like, I would ask her how spontaneous she is, how kinky she is. Has she ever done public sex? So I would like baby step questions like these. And then, have you ever had car sex? And then I would actually qualify on every single one of these, depending on her answer. If she's like, I'm very adventurous, I fucking love that. Nice. Give her a high five, maybe. What's the kinkiest thing you ever done? She got tied up. And I'd be like, yes, I love tying my girls up. And then after that, like, have you ever had public sex? And then she's like, yes, I've had a couple of times. Oh, public sex is the fucking best. You know what would be really fucking hot? If you had sex in the car, right? And then you convince her to have car sex, and then you if you're driving, then you fuck her. That's how you can do it. Yeah, that's something you can try. But I do not like car sex. I've tried it twice. Both the times it sucks ass. You cannot get any position right. There was this like fucking 19-year-old girl I fucked in Atlanta like a month before I left. She knew exactly the spot where to park to fuck, which was so funny. That means she fucked a lot of guys like that. So I drove to her. I she sneaked out of the parents' house, and then we went, and I could not handle any kind of positions. Like, it was so bad, and I lost my boner too after some time, because like there was so much to do. Like, it was like I have to like pick her up and put her in a certain way to fuck her. Like, it was so bad. It was super annoying. I was like, "All right, fuck it. I'm not gonna do that." I just don't like it. Those second point, it was like whatever. Second time, I was like, I'm never gonna do car sex unless that's the only way I can fuck the girl. But again, I'm not thirsty about pussy at all. So it doesn't make sense for me to even think about like doing last resort things to ever fuck a girl. Like, let's say something happens to my house, when my house is burning down, I'm out night gaming, and I have to fuck this girl. Then I'll be like, okay, I mean, I cannot fuck this girl anytime ever. Might as well just go fucking take her to a hotel, or an Airbnb. That's what I would do. IndianPE is proof of what I've been saying for 2 years at PWF. Some of the best guys in game do not have YouTube channels in the manosphere. I mean, I'm still part of PWF, so it's, if anything, PWF is our channel. But yeah, I mean, yes, I don't do as many videos because of my job, tech job. IndianPE, infield coaching prizes with you, if you can say. I don't do infield coaching. I mean, I do it with my friends, because I don't think I consider myself as a good infield coach. Uh, like, I've assisted in UMP for their boot camps 4 years ago, doing cold approach coaching. I've assisted in Gabriel Gray's program uh, back 4 years ago, like just coaching his students and things like that. I would say maybe I'm like an assistant infield coach. I don't think I would consider myself as like a solid infield coach. So it wouldn't make sense for me to offer coaching when I myself am not as good as I want to be. Text game, yeah, I mean, whatever. Hourly coaching is $250. Uh, do your coworkers know about your side job? No, absolutely not. But I work remote anyway, so we don't have much communication other than work over Teams. Do you like to dance when you go to the club? Nah, maybe sometimes just to like get my energy up. If I like the song, I'm just like, I song and sing along, and then just fucking dance a bit, and then maybe I'll just go and just increase on my energy. That's what I would do. Biggest tip for cold approach? Uh, nice. That's a good question. Time to Jenga banks. Uh, Biggest tip for cold approach. The moment you said hi, you win. I would say that's it. That's literally it, right? Or maybe another one is like, every girl you talk to is DTF. That's a good one. How would you invite girls back to your place if you don't drink? I already answered that. Jenga Max. Questions for anyone. If you had to bet 1K in a PUA live context, who would you choose? IndianPE versus John Anthony. I mean, come on. Of course, John Anthony. I have good knowledge of game, but again, my cold approach experience is not where I want it to be. And John Anthony is pretty solid in cold approach. Can you join Mastermind without buying the product? Nope, because it wouldn't be fair to anyone else who bought the product and joined. So no, you have to buy the product, and then only then you're invited into the Mastermind. Plus also, like, there's so much in the product already, so it's like you're joining the Mastermind without prior knowledge you require to be in the Mastermind. So it's like a double edged sword. It wouldn't make sense. Double edged knife or whatever. You should do a BDSM collab live Q&A with Andy from Kill Your Loser, Kill Your Winner Loser. That Alex, yeah, he does a lot of BDSM stuff. I do a lot of BDSM stuff too. I do a lot more than Alex, I think. uh, I mean, I don't know, like, what is a collab, like, what will I do? I guess, like, give each other compliments about their own stuff they do about, like, sex. Also, bro, what made you change your mind to do NSFW live demonstration in the product? You didn't even want to show your face on the channel before, total 180, but it's in the product. So, like, people would have to buy the product to see that I am doing something like this, right? So, and then, like, my name is not fully out there, right? If you Google my name, PWF never shows up, my real name, so it's okay right now. It's not my name is not there, only, like, even the product as well. So, uh yeah, it's in the product. I want to do more stuff like that too. Like, I want to make a video where I make the girl squirt, and I'm not seeing that fuck buddy anymore. Next time I see another girl, and if I'm, like, continually seeing her as rotation, maybe I will try to do that. We'll see. We'll see. Yesterday's girl, I don't think she's going to be a rotation, because I think she's very boring. Like, I don't think there's much interesting thing about her because she's 21. Like, of course, she doesn't have a lot of life experience. Of course, she's not going to be interesting. The sex was good. The sex was good, but that's not enough for me to have a rotation. I want to enjoy spending time with a girl, because if it's strictly sex, I kind of lose interest, which is weird. I don't know why, but that's how I've been wired. Unfortunately, I wish it was. I wish I was happy just with it being strictly sexual, but I'm not. I'm never happy with just strictly sexual, because I want to remember the girl other than the sex, like when I'm, like, just out and around. One sec. Let me see where my buddy at. Alrighty. I have a hard time complimenting a girl while she's in a relationship because I'm afraid of what her reactions are going to be. Just don't do strictly sexual compliments. Just be like, I like your smile, or like, I like your dress, I like your style, something like that. Uh, yeah. So, I like, again, like, why bother with girls who are in relationships anyway? Just might as well talk to girls who are not in relationships. There's so many out there, like, so many. Online setup only. Soft close scenario for inviting girls without alcohol. Would you still set up using Jenga? I would try to play some role plays, um, like role plays, like video games or something like that, watching a Netflix show or something like that. Like, make the frames super sexual, and then just be like, let's I can cook for you. Cooking for you is such a good excuse to get girls over. Really good excuse. And if you're a good cook, I'm a really fucking good cook. If you can do that, then that's even better than, like, inviting girls for drinks. Of course, don't feed them too much, or, like, if anything, actually talk to them first. Try to bang them before having dinner. That's the best one. um, because after dinner, of course, they're gonna feel less horny. Thank you for the super chat. Sending this to all my Indian brothers. Thank you, Hari Siva Subramaniam. Harry Siva Subramaniam. IndianPE is better at game technically than John. John is a tall white guy who mostly sticks with Latinas. He doesn't need much game with those. I don't think that's nah, no. I don't think so. I think he knows more than me in game. There's no way he knows. I know more than him. No, I don't think so. Maybe he just gives better advice, like when you pay for his coaching. That's why his students get results. Absolutely, they get results. I've seen it happen. So maybe he's he keeps more information to for like paid information, but his information is still pretty legit. So you just pay a bit more, but again, you're investing yourself. Who cares? So might as well just do it. But I think he knows more than me. Yes, but people were like sending questions and people were like really engaged. And my friend, I asked him to come here. I'm still waiting for. Okay, okay, he's still waiting for someone, so that's good. I'm still going to be here for a bit, uh, maybe like 5 minutes because I have to shower. Yeah, John was in Orlando last year for the convention, and the funny thing is he banged 7 girls in 5 days, dude. It's just insane. Like I don't know how he does it, but he did it. 7 girls in 5 days, and like I saw the girls he banged too. Like they was so fucking hot. So of course he has game. Of course he has good game. Uh, but it was almost like because he was in Brazil, he has such a steady rotation. He didn't have the game right. Almost like he was an unleashed monster in Orlando. He just he was just like banging left and right, except for when he came for the speech, and like he came and then like when he came to our Airbnb, he was showing me the girls he banged. I was like, holy fuck, they're so hot. And like he's so much fun to be around for sure. His online persona is completely different than he is in person. Like he in person is super funny, and his respect depends on your lay count. So he has respect for me because I have more than 200 lay count. So he's like, oh, good, this guy's legit. Plus, Alex watches for me, and he believes Alex. So that's another thing. But he's so fun. He's so much fun to be around. I'm not Indian, but I could pass as an Indian. My exotic nest played very well in India, and I was doing PUA mostly in big modern cities, Mumbai and Bangalore. Okay, that's good. That's good. Uh, I hope you banged a few girls. Yeah, that's good. That's pretty good. Show unwavering confidence. If you're comfortable, she eventually will be too. I guess he's answer to some question. Alex, okay, he's okay. Just because people asked about me apparently in the live he did a few days ago. I just like made an event just for myself. P is right. If a chick is in a serious relationship, I don't want to waste my time anymore. Was that girl leaving your room in the last debate your last lay? Yes. You saw that. Okay, okay. Yes, that was my last lay. She was cute. That was yesterday. Yes, you saw. Okay, I guess she was like kind of visible over there. uh, John is very good, but yeah, credit to IndianPE. He does fight more of an uphill battle getting white girls as an Indian, while John gets Latinas as a white, blue-eyed guy. Yeah, I would say. I mean, it's an uphill battle for me with any girl, even fucking Indian girls. Like, if anything, I would say, as game wise, right? So yeah, it is definitely much more uphill battle for me than any white guy out there. But I kill it with girls more than most white guys out there. So Latinas mostly fuck Latinos that speak Spanish, at least in Miami for sure. The language barrier puts white guys second to Latinos, I guess, but I think what happens is the attraction towards white guys trumps uh, their common ground with other Latinos. So they can have a lot of common ground with other Latinos, but they're more attracted to white guys in general. That's when they actually that's the reason why they fuck white guys more anyway. My Puerto Rican ex, she actually absolutely hates white guys, and she only ever dated Latinos until me, which was interesting because if anything, like you would probably date a black guy or you would date a white guy before you date me. But I mean, my game was solid, so of course she dated me. Um, and she was telling her mom too, like he's actually not really my physical type, but everything just works out fine. Like everything just fits, and like he's also a sex coach. and her mom was happy to hear that I was a sex coach because because apparently she's had sexual problems in her past relationships. So I really fucked the shit out of her. I remember moments where I would fuck her and she would like be out of breath, like, and be like like sweating and shit because it was so good, and she would be like, uh, one sec, guys. All right, one last question, and then I have to leave because I have to go at game. Uh, yeah, that's what I would say. I'll pick one last question from here, and then I have to go. Let me see. Let me see. I'm gonna pick up a question which I haven't answered already. How big is your current rotation P? I actually don't have a rotation. I just ended things with my last rotation, which was 2 weeks ago, I would say. Uh, I'm gonna look for new rotations now. I have to get new rotations. I mean, I banged girl yesterday, but I don't want to see her again. So she's not gonna be part of my rotation, obviously. Anyway, guys, that was a very big live. That was a long live. We had less viewers in the beginning, but it picked up really quickly, and you guys posted a lot of questions. Thank you for watching me on a Friday night, even though I gotta shame you for it because you gotta go out and go talk to girls on a Friday night, which is what I'm gonna do. If anything, you should switch off the laptop right now and go talk to other girls, and maybe you learn something from this live and you could implement it. And yeah, hopefully you guys found this valuable. Like and subscribe. Check out our Instagram as well. I'm doing bi-weekly lives there once every 2 weeks. Real Playing with Fire, that's our channel. Go to Instagram. If you're not already following, follow us there. I'm also posting text game of the day screenshots over there. You can just learn more text game. And every 2 weeks I'm going to do a live there as well, every Saturday, every alternate Saturday at 6 p.m. EST. So so yeah, yeah, until next time, hope you guys found this really really valuable. Comment and like. Bye.